Good evening, satellite radio fans, and welcome back to another rendition of Davey Max Tales from the Satellite. I'm your host, Bobby Tamburo, and joining me, as always, is the oil that keeps this machine pumping, the glue that holds the model airplane together, the steel beams that wouldn't melt to jet fuel. It's Davey Mac McDonald.
Thank you, Robert. And yes, I love thinking of myself as glue. I think of myself as an adhesive personified. Okay, that is who I am. And I thank you, Bobby Tamburo. By the way, comedian extraordinaire. Can we, do any of you folks fucking know that Bobby Tamburo has been touring all over the Northeast, working with such star-studded comedians as Aaron Berg and so on and so forth? So you got to be looking up the Bobby Tamburo comedy spots if you're in the Northeast or the middle or the fucking Canada. You were in Canada the other day.
Or if you find yourself in Wilmington this weekend, Wilmington, North Carolina, I'm hosting at Dead Crow Comedy. So come on out. Hopefully we'll have this ready to go by then.
Awesome. I love when you do that. I love when you plug your this weekend's gig, because then you put your own fucking deadline on giving me this goddamn episode. See, I'm not trying to breathe down your neck. I appreciate you fucking, and all of the goddamn Tales from the Satellite fans need to appreciate Bobby Tamburo for doing this, because I don't know how to do these type of things.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you to the fans. But more importantly, we were talking before the show, you should probably thank the fans for another Bobby, because the YouTube channel's been revamped. We're getting clips out there that are going huge. Bobby Hutch is...
Now is the time, ladies and gentlemen, to be all in on the East Side Dave entertainment network, if you will. YouTube.com/Eastside Dave TV. Bobby Hutch, Bobby Hutchinson, Bobby Pantera, for the Ron and Fez fans, has been, he's a phenomenal producer. He's just been making videos for us, shorts videos and stuff. Almost every single one has gone viral. We've had Caitlin Clark one go 175,000 views. We had another. We had an Angel Reese one go about 40,000. We had another Caitlin Clark that's now up to 80,000. Just put another WNBA up. All the WNBA ones are getting massive.
You know, as much as we point out that somebody should protect Caitlin Clark at this point, we should send Big A to all of her games, because she's...
And by the way, we were in on the Caitlin Clark. We were beginning this discussion long before everyone else took their goddamn bandwagon point of view. I want to point that out as well. I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time. But anyway, the point is, between Davey Max Tales from the Satellite, Patreon show, first and foremost, it's patreon.com/Eastside Dave. We put this show on Patreon a month before it's released, sometimes 2 months before it's released to the public. Also, Patreon has exclusive videos and other things that you can only see on Patreon. But the YouTube is big, because it's at Eastside Dave TV. We're putting a brand new Davey Max sports program. The show's never been better. Brand new Davey Max sports programs weekly. It looks like every Monday at noon. You can watch it live, and then we upload a even better kind of copy, quality, I guess you would say, quality, broadcast. We upload that, because the live stream with the YouTube isn't perfect. So, but we give you the opportunity to watch us live Monday at noon Eastern, and then we upload the MP3 and the MP4 later on that day. The other thing, the Tales from the Satellite, the older episodes are up there on YouTube, so you can sample it. You need to be sharing. You need to be thumbs upping, subscribing. You need to be putting all this shit on Reddit, on Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere. Okay? You got the Eastside Davidson Wrestling Show. And then I have brought back my Star Wars podcast, Yaddle Channel.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because this new Disney Plus series, The Acolyte, is the biggest piece of shit.
No accolades for The Acolyte, Davey.
Robert, this fucking thing makes the Star Wars holiday special look like the goddamn Empire Strikes Back. I ain't kidding you. This fucking thing sucks. So I've decided to bring it back as a post-show review. So check out your new Yaddle Channel episodes. There'll be a new one up on Thursday of this week, and Thursdays going forward. But Robert, before we get into the themed episode today, I'd like to discuss something with you. Breaking news as we are recording. Davey Max Tales from the Satellite right now. Willie Mays,
No.
one of the all-time baseball legends, has died.
No.
Shot in the head.
What?
On the Golden Gate Bridge and thrown off it by 3 assailants.
Oh, God. I can only imagine the protests that are going to happen now.
All right. I made that all up. He apparently passed away peacefully due to old age.
Yeah, I was going to say, he seems pretty old. What was he, in his 70s?
No, 93, I said. 93.
90 fucking 3.
Now, here's the funny thing. I was watching the fucking Stanley Cup last night, and Steve Levy. Steve Sable's the NFL guy. Steve Levy, the ESPN ABC fucking hockey guy, goes, breaking news, Willie Mays, dead at the age of 93. Gone too soon, Willie Mays. hey, Steve, maybe that's why he's a hockey guy. Hey, Steve Levy, you don't say gone too soon when the guy's fucking 93. Okay, that's for the Kobe's of the world.
What do you think Willie's opinion would have been on the matter? Not gone soon enough. It lasted 8 years longer than I should have.
I mean, come on, Steve. Gone too soon. All right, but the reason why I bring up Willie Mays, there is a Davey Max Tales from the Satellite connection. And we're going to play a little game before we get into our themed episode today, which is going to be fantastic. It was suggested by one of the Tales from the Satellite fans. And we said, great fucking idea. We're going to do it.
Yeah. Which is one of the things, if you have an idea, put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments or send it to me at DaveyMacShows@gmail.com. DaveyMacShows@gmail.com. But the thing is, and I forget if Ron Bennington said this on the air or off the air. It might have been both, but he definitely said it off the air. Ron Bennington would call Anthony from Opie and Anthony. He would say, Anthony is the Willie Mays of radio.
Really?
Back in the day. When I was there, when I was at Sirius XM. So we're talking 2005 through 2014. That's why we do this show. On the Ron and Fez show specifically, it was 2005 through 2010. Late 2005 through 2010. But I stayed on another 4 years because of Sam and Dave and Davey Max Sports program on Saturday nights. So if Anthony from Opie and Anthony at the time is Willie Mays, what would that make me? What would that
Barry
make
Bonds?
Earl? Barry Bonds. Explain. I want explanations for all of this. That's an interesting one. I was not. You're just keeping with the fucking San Francisco Giants, aren't you?
No. The reason why I picked Barry Bonds in particular is if you look at his stats before his head grew 3 sizes like the Grinch heart, he was still a Hall of Fame hitter. And
yeah,
I
but
think
now you're accusing me of being a fucking PED addict, and I've never fucking done roids in my life. This is all natural, Daddy.
Oh, 100%. But if you consider like alcohol or marijuana a PED, maybe. But the point I was going to make is
those are PDDs, performance detracting drugs.
Okay. Well, I do a lot of PDDs.
Yeah. Oh, as far as PDDs go, I'm the fucking PDD king, but I don't think you can get suspended for the PDDs.
1,000,000%. But the real reason I was going to say you remind me of Barry Bonds is right now, what's the cool thing to do with Barry? You just took the stance. You hate him. But I think when we look back in 10 to 20 years, I think this is a point I've heard you make, people are going to forget about the steroids.
I've turned the corner on the steroids thing, and I have at 5 years ago. I've said it before, and I said it again. Once that Ken Caminiti article came out in Sports Illustrated, that 80% of baseball players were doing steroids in the late 90s, early 2000s, and then that was backed up by Canseco, and then that was backed up by the anonymous testing where they said they won't release any names, and the only name that they released was A-Rod. But everything has been backed up. 80% at least, minimum, conservatively, 80% were doing steroids. So if they were all doing steroids, then McGuire and Sosa even, and of course Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds need to be in the Hall of Fame. I've turned it, just fuck it, put them in. I'm serious. I'm dead
Andy
serious.
Pettit for good measure.
Yeah, but I'm serious about all this.
No,
but put them in.
But the point I was making, you're 100% right, is everybody loved to hate you at your time on Ron and Fez. Like, you played the heel role.
Oh, I see.
But I think when people look back, they realize how brilliant you were. I'm not going to give away the topic, but even if you look at the comments for this video when it came out 8 years ago, they're all like, I wasn't a big Eastside Dave fan, but goddamn, the man's loyal, or goddamn, the man puts everything he has into radio. And you can already kind of see the turn starting in the moment where you were trying to do
I'm the most taken for granted fucking superstar of all time. It's only when I leave that people say, hey, that guy was really fucking great. And wow. And I'm not, this was a fucking thing I had with Sirius XM, where I constantly had to justify my job with that fucking idiot Steve Blatter, who would be like, so what do you do around here? I go, I do this. I do this impression. I came up with this sketch, this game show. Yeah, but what do you produce? I'm like, I just told you. This character, I did this sketch. This was a game show I did. I had this idea. I brought in this talking point to the show that we discussed for half an hour. But what do you produce? He thought production was producing. That's how fucking stupid that idiotic Doonesbury-looking asshole was and is. That he thinks production is producing is simply, can you get something on the air? Can it be discussed? Do you have anything for the air? It could be anything. That's simply producing. Production is when you're fucking on the computer doing the fucking things and the sounders and this and that. They're different animals. As far as producers go, no one can touch me. I'm a creative dynamo.
And I used to be a little more sympathetic and be like, I get the confusion. But then you remember Opie and Anthony had a staff of like 40, 30 of whose job was to find stuff to put on the air and do nothing else.
They had a staff of 40 and maybe one creative producer amongst them. Sam Roberts. I know you don't like him.
No, I like Sam. 100%.
But
I'm a big fan.
So that's Sirius XM. And then, I was on Anthony's network, and that was great. We had 6 years. I'm not going to talk any shit. But the funny thing is, I get messages all the time. Miss you on Compound. Man, the Eastside Dave show was the greatest show on Compound. Yeah, well, it wasn't up to us. Eric Nagel never promoted our show. And then all of a sudden it was, hey, the Compound media has gone stagnant. We're losing money, so we have to cut costs. Okay, that's fine. Bye. And then, it's every job that I go, it's like, man, I really missed you. How about fucking supporting me at the time? This is what I'm asking you right now. Patreon.com/Eastside Dave and YouTube/Eastside Dave TV. Support me at the fucking time before I Van Gogh myself and chop my fucking ear off and shoot myself in a cornfield. Okay? Could you ever think of supporting me at the time? There's no one with more passion, creativity than me, and you fucking know it.
You may be on air like Maze, but you produce radio like shit.
But I'm not. Wait. Me?
No. At that certain network. The person in charge of handling the programming does it like shit.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. I like that. I missed the joke. That was directed at Anthony. Is what you're.
I say Anthony on air is like Maze, the person in charge of handling the programming at his network. Is shit. Yeah.
Good. So you picked fights with him, but and so this is every time I'm at a place. I got a text message from Gotts, who I was just did 10 years of radio with. And he's like, man, everyone's asking about you. I go, well, maybe the company that now is 65 Beasley Media Group, who laid off 500 people, including myself, is now at 65 cents on the dollar. That's their fucking stock. And by the way, see, when you fuck with me, Beasley Media Group, I fuck back. I know I'm never getting a job with you ever again. I know, and guess what? I don't want one. You remind me of every brainless, fucking airheaded program director and general manager who are all wastes of space in radio, terrestrial, satellite, podcasting. The whole thing should only be run by on-air talent. I'm serious. Because general managers and program directors genuinely have no fucking idea what kind of creativity and originality is needed to be brought to the table so that you actually have an original star on your hands. So
Yeah.
Beasley Media, 65 cents on the dollar. You know what that happens, Robert? You're going to get kicked off the fucking stock market. If you go under $1 on the stock market, you're gone.
It's almost like if you want to buy Beasley Media, you should go to Penny Stock Trader. And we're going to cut there.
Penny stock chaser, penny stock chaser, do 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 do. Penny stock chaser, penny stock chaser, do 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 do. All you need is a penny to strike it rich on Wall Street. All you need is a penny to strike it rich on Wall Street.
The legendary Sleeves. We love him so much. You know, I follow him on TikTok. Robert, I love him.
Oh, really?
Oh, my
I
God.
would imagine TikTok's designed for somebody who's creative like Sleeves.
Best TikTok account on TikTok. Sleeves. That's who I follow. He does poetry, songs. Oh, my God. What a follow. I haven't mastered TikTok the way I feel like I've mastered the Twitters and the Facebooks and the YouTubes of the world. But I got to tell you, Sleeves TikTok is awesome. But to conclude with Beasley Media, see,
Love Sleeves.
when
Hate
you're a
Beasley.
bunch of stupid fucking assholes based in Florida, maybe you shouldn't make strategic decisions about radio stations in New Jersey, especially when you're dealing with talent that is far superior to most of the other talent. But because the guy I was co-hosting the show with, he has seniority. He was there for 25 years and I was there for 10 years. Well, he gets to stay. Wouldn't you be wanting to think of the future and say, get the 60-year-old guy, maybe put him into early retirement? But that's fine. They like guys who got their first divorce, supposedly, because their wife found a bunch of gay porn on their computer. Anyway, Robert, let's go into the supposedly, allegedly, let's go into the fucking story, Robert.
Let's get into the story and we'll let the fans figure out what the link between our two stories was. This week, we're talking about something very important, Dave. It's like you said, one of the fans requested it. It is the episode where you get branded with Ichiban.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ichiban, number one.
Before we get into the actual branding story itself, I think we got to get into a bit of the backstory.
Got to get into Ichiban itself, right?
It wouldn't be Tales from the Satellite if Rob wasn't having a wild conspiracy. So in order to set that up, Dave, you invented Ichiban, didn't you? I mean, not the word. Obviously, the Japanese did that, but the idea.
No, I invented the Japanese word. I moved there for years.
Samurai McDonald.
I became a Japanese linguist, and I invented a whole bunch of words. No, so when I was 8, so my dad, Patty Mack, he was a traveling salesman for a company and pretty high up on the food chain. So he would have to do deals overseas in England and in Germany and in Scotland and in Japan. So he was always over there and he would bring me back little things, little fucking trinkets and things, coins.
I like how you mentioned all the specific countries within the UK to balance out the Axis and Allied powers he visited. You couldn't have just said UK and then Italy and Spain.
Yeah, he did go to Italy too. That's right. Italy, Germany, Japan. He had some. Yeah, he had some fucking enemies on the list there. Some WW2 enemies. But he liked the German people actually quite a bit. He thought they were great. He had I'll be honest, very Irish American man. He said. Found the worst people to do business with were the British. Hated them. Thought they were smug and arrogant.
They're always trying to take part of what ours is, Dave.
They fucking hate them. I'm like, okay, Dad, your Irish roots are showing. And he was like, and he doesn't even have an accent or anything. I mean, my grandparents did, but not him. And yeah, no, not a fan. But love the Japanese. That was his favorite. That was his absolutely favorite place to go. He had this guy, Asada, I believe was his name. And he would actually come over to our house like once a year and stay over for like a week.
That's very.
Now, he was there to do business, but also my dad would show him around. He was actually friends with the guy. Anyway, one of these trips, my dad goes to Japan. He comes back. I remember exactly. I was like 9 years old, and he brought back a black T-shirt that had a red Japanese character on it. And I said, "What does that mean?" And he says, "It means Ichiban, and that means number one."
Number one.
So he's saying, "Here, little Davey Mac, when you wear this shirt, just know you're number one." So first of all, the fucking shirt at 9 years old. Okay, this is before you really care. At 9 years old, every single girl at the beach wanted to talk to me and thought I was the coolest fucking kid in Spring Lake, New Jersey, because of this exotic fucking black and red Japanese T-shirt I was wearing. They were all like, "Oh, that's a cool shirt." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm 9 years old, Robert. I don't know how to close the game. You know, I'm not even sure, you know."
If it makes 9-year-old Davey Mack feel better, neither does 32-year-old Rob. So,
I mean, I just, but as far as at the beach go, Spring Lake is a Jersey Shore town, Robert. That's why I'm bringing up the beach. As far as Jersey Shore beach towns go, I mean, for a kiss under the boardwalk, I could have lined 20 girls up with this goddamn Japanese Ichiban shirt. And I was so obsessed with this shirt, I wore it when it was way too small. Like by the time I was 12, I was still trying to wear the Ichiban shirt, and I had grown like 8 inches, and it was beginning to look like a fucking Taylor Swift belly shirt. It was,
although that could have been a workout shirt back in the 80s, right? Somebody should write a song about your experience at 9 under the boardwalk. There's a confused
under the boardwalk.
There's a confused Irish boy
Under the boardwalk.
Japanese. That's all I had. I'm not going to get more into what you were doing. That's a little bad. We'll leave that to the Gary.
But I loved that fucking shirt, and maybe that'd be a nice birthday gift that you could give me one time, you know, or some kind of gift. Maybe again, I want it to be black, and I want the character to be either white or red. I don't mind if it's white. It's got to be. I want the shirt to be black, and I want either the red Ichiban or the white Ichiban. No other variation is acceptable.
Well, you heard it here first, Davey Mac fans. If you want to get Dave something for his birthday, all right, yeah, I'll use the money you sent me for mine.
Listen, one of these days, we'll go to Great Adventure on Friday. You keep asking me to go to Great Adventure. Here's the thing. You're paying, though, right? For me?
Yeah, I mean, I figured I'd pay for me, you'd pay for you. Maybe I'll buy you an Ichiban shirt at the like graffiti place they have there. But we can figure it out. Yeah, maybe. But so you then have this black and red shirt, black and red shirt that says Ichiban at 9, and now you're doing radio at 30. How did you take the idea from one to the other?
No, so Ron was looking for some kind of word that symbolized story of the day. That we were going to go, if you had like a few news topics to talk about, pop culture events, whatever the fuck people are talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever the big story of the day is. And so we were trying to come up with the name for that. So we were throwing around a bunch of names for that. And I don't know how I remembered the fucking T-shirt when I was 9 because it meant number one. So I told that to Ron. I go, "What about Ichiban? It means number one in Japanese." And he liked it. Bam. There you go. And that's just called Davey Mac, the idea, man.
Brilliant. And I wouldn't want to get into your psyche, but I would imagine you were feeling as good at the time being, you know, the up and coming, the Kobe of the Ron and Fez show as you were at 9 years old, ready to kiss all the girls. Like, I would imagine that's why you thought of it, because you were in such a good mood. Yeah. Why do you feel like it was so successful? I mean, to this day, if you say Eastside Dave to people and they know who you are, a lot of times the first thing they'll say is Ichiban.
Is that true?
Yeah, in a complimentary way, but like, you know, that was it. The 3 syllables.
Is a compliment. They have just called me number one, whether they know it or not.
They know it because then we all go number one.
All right.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Why do you think it was like so successful? It caught on so well. I mean,
it was because it was a good idea from Ron about hitting the big story of the day. But anything in radio and podcasting is just fun when you have a little sounder, you have a fun catchphrase. That's fun. That's fun. You can't have enough sounders and catchphrases. And fun little things like that. You just can't have enough. I mean, my God, come on, baby. I got face. I got razzle dazzle. You know, I got a whole bunch of motherfucking shit. I want more silver dollar, daddy. I got a whole bunch of shit, baby. So you got to have some catchphrases and you got to have some sounders in radio and podcasting.
That's why they call you the human joystick of production.
No one has ever said that. Again, production ain't my thing. I'm like fucking Lou Reed. I take a Lou Reed Velvet Underground, or better example would be the Ramones.
Just get really fucked up and then growl.
I mean, just not care about the actual production side of things. I'm not a production guy. I'm an idea guy. That makes me a fucking great producer.
I should have said the human joystick of producing.
As production goes, yeah, I fucking suck. I got no issues by saying that.
Call him the flutesy of production.
Just not my bag, bro. I know how to work Adobe and all that shit. Don't like doing it.
No one does.
I like thinking. Well, but see, here's the problem. Not everyone can think and create, though.
No, exactly. Some of us.
That's not Davey Mack ADD ADHD's problem, is it?
No, it's not. It's his psychiatrist. But the second point that's important, and we'll get into the exact details, but the reason why you were getting a brand, as Ron points out, is no one challenged you. No one was like, Dave, let's bet on this. You just screamed into the air, I bet so-and-so is going to win the Triple Crown or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I'll get branded.
Yeah.
When you yelled that, the first question I have is, what did you envision by branding? Was it a coat hanger and like a torch thing, or you were doing a full cattle prod? The big thing,
I thought I was going to get cattle branded.
Which again, not the end of the world. That's one and done. You're kind of on and off,
dude. I wish it was. I wish it had been a cattle brand. We'll get into it, right? But basically, I mean, just before we get into it, it was more of a tattoo process, which was, but I mean, you could see I have ink. This was
way worse.
No tattoo compared to the fucking insane fucking process that was this meticulous hour-and-a-half fucking branding. Like, what the fuck? Why couldn't we do a cattle brand and just brand my fucking ass?
One of the big things when I was in high school is they would take a can of Grizzly chewing tobacco and you'd take the metal lid and put it on the bonfire for a few minutes and put it on your ass, and you'd have the nice Grizzly logo on your ass. Anybody in high school can do that because it doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? Like it's not what you went through by all, but I like the fact that you're already kind of fired up about what you went through before we get into the bet. Though.
Wait. Before you begin, I just remember this kid who played on my Babe Ruth baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, he branded himself and he put it right on his arm, like, cause he thought it was going to be cool looking like a tattoo. And everyone was like, what the fuck is that? Is that like we've known you for we were kids. We were like, we've known you our entire lives. Like, did you all of a sudden develop a birthmark? He's like, no, I did a goddamn brand of a cross. We're like, first of all, you're like the town bully. You're like the most evil fucking kid in the world. Why would you have a cross? You're not a Christian. You're not a good person of any kind. So if any of the fucking self-brands you're going to do, why a cross? And by the way, and we just mocked him relentlessly. He literally quit Babe Ruth baseball after that day. We never saw him on the team again for the rest of the season.
You gave him the old Herb Brooks treatment. He cut himself. But even that's not as bad as this. Can you imagine that on your ass?
No, that'd be fucking. What are we doing?
But the question I have is, you made the bet with no one. You invented the word. People like that you invented the word. Did part of you kind of want the brand? Did you go into this actually wanting an Ichiban brand? Why would you bet on the fucking horse races? Or I guess that might just be.
I watch horse racing.
Okay.
Every single fucking Triple Crown and then also the Breeders' Cup.
And that's you felt very strongly about this one.
Yeah, right? I did. I felt like, remember at the time we hadn't had a Triple Crown since the 70s.
Absolutely. So you're betting against the odds. I like that.
That's the way I was thinking. That the Triple Crown's got to fall one of these years, and I'm feeling like this has got to be the year.
And clearly in the first two races, this horse blew your mind, right?
What was the name of the horse again? Who are we talking
That
about?
was kind of my point. It feels
What?
like you made a bet just for the sake of making a bet. You clearly didn't feel that strongly about Big Brown.
You're the guy who breaks. I come in here with no fucking notes. It's the
Right.
only show I do no show prep, so no one should give me shit. They said, Robert, what was the name of the horse?
Big Brown.
Oh, it was Big Brown.
Yeah. It was Big Brown.
Big Brown.
Because he calls in at one point, and even Ron goes, "I can't take this anymore," and hangs up.
That was bad. I mean, who was the horse who won the American Pharaoh? That was the horse that finally broke the Triple Crown a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right? American Pharaoh. That sounds like a fucking horse. American Pharaoh. It's like fucking, Egyptian fucking thing. I love that. Big Brown. Yeah. It sounds like large shit.
I mean, I could see why you would enjoy that.
That's true.
We'll share a personal story real quick. My grandfather was really into horse racing, and I only ever got to go to the tracks with him once, and he won huge. Like, so big security had to escort you out because he picked like these 30-1 odds and lucked out. Now, I found out later in life he was a terrible. Like, that might have been his one win in his entire 50 years of going to the track, but he did go to Kentucky and got to meet Secretariat. And you could
got
always
to meet Secretary the horse.
Yeah, and you could tell my grandpa was depressed when you came over to his house, and on the fridge was the picture of him and Secretariat because it was the happiest moment of his life. Like, not the birth of his kids or anything, just getting to meet that goddamn horse.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Well, that's always the funniest thing. When I went to Chris Pepper Stanley's house the one time, he had zero artwork in the entire apartment except for an 8-by-8-inch painting of Secretariat, like the smallest painting in the world. It was just a little bit bigger than a postage stamp. And I'm like, if you're going to have no artwork, why not just do the whole thing with no artwork or posters or anything? Why just have one little tiny fucking painting of a horse? But,
you could get a picture of Seabiscuit, Seaword Biscuit, the whole thing.
But, Monmouth Park is by my house. That's a great horse track. In fact, American Pharaoh actually went there, and I saw American Pharaoh post Triple Crown. I saw him at the Monmouth Park. So I've been going to – the reason why is, my base in today's day and age, you would be so rested for this. But my grade school baseball coach after the season took us all – to the horse track. Yeah. And so, and he was like, tell your parents to give you some money and I'll place the bets for you. So my mom gave me some money and I hit I bet $2 on a 75-1 horse. As a 12-year-old, I made $150 on one race.
Oh,
boom.
God.
Obsessed with horse racing ever since then.
That's how they get you. It's
That's
like
how they got me.
It's free.
That's it.
So they got you all hooked on this Ichiban bet, and we opened the show with an Ichiban of our own, which is Dave's getting an Ichiban brand today. And right away you go, I don't want to be this guy. Is there any way we could talk about this for a few? And Ron goes, no, you don't want to do it. We're out. We're done. Whatever. No biggie. I'm tired of being a school, shuts it down right away. And you try to get in, but Ron's just like, nope. All right. Nobody around here is paying off their bets. So if you're not going to pay off your bet, whatever, I'm done with this. Just know.
Wait. I paid off my bets.
This was in the midst of Earl had backed out of several bets. Pepper had backed out of a bet.
Okay, see, that's the thing, is those fucking assholes didn't fucking pay up their bets. Not me.
100%. I agree with you 1,000,000%. And I think
goddamn Pepper was supposed to be in the fucking beard porn. I'm never going to stop telling people that. It was supposed to be Pepper and fucking Fez in the beard porn. He chickened out, and I got the goddamn role. And now I'm fucking the John Holmes of radio because of it.
He Wally pipped himself.
Yeah.
But we can hardly blame Ron when he's seen every other member of his squad.
No, I'm not blaming Ron. I'm just saying that Earl and fucking Pepper, with their not paying off bets lately, apparently, that fucked me over because I'm Mr. fucking payoff. No one can argue that.
Oh, yeah. And so Ron right away moves on. He does a couple of Ichibans for other people. And then somebody brings up Tiger, and you try to give a point about Tiger, and he goes, what, you got to back out of this conversation too, and just shuts you down right away. And it becomes apparent that if you don't do this bet, you're going to be in some shit. Yeah, we've all been there. Ron explains, like a caller goes, why do you let these guys make bets? Nobody ever pays off. And that's when Ron gives us the brilliant insight that no one really bet Dave. He just kind of screamed into the air, and now here we are. And I do love that enthusiasm about you. You know, you do kind of always bring that element of something needs to be done. All right, I don't care if I'm doing this against anybody. Sure, I'll just get an Ichiban brand if I lose.
In fairness, I wasn't always to blame. I would scream things into the air sometimes because we're on the radio, and I would say, okay, you know what? You're right. I would say I bet Big Brown's going to win the Triple Crown. I wasn't saying that like we should set up a bet where there's, this and that. Sometimes I was just speaking enthusiastically. Yeah. But like you said, if I'm not actually making a bet, it's not like I'm betting anyone. I'm going, I bet Triple Crown. I bet you fucking Big Brown wins the Triple Crown. I bet you he does.
And I would imagine part of it became, who are you going to bet? If you lose, you're going to pay it off. If you win, the other person's going to back out of whatever they're supposed to do.
My point is, when you say that into the microphone, isn't that more of just like, I believe I believe Big Brown is going to win. Yeah. If Earl said to me, Big Brown's going to lose a Triple Crown, and I said to Earl, oh, come on, man, I bet you Big Brown will win. That is me betting another man. When there's no one out there, and I'm like, I bet you Big Brown's going to win this. That's to me, that's a little bit like, I believe Big Brown's going to win. But I understand. You know what? You say the word bet on the radio, you put it out there, then everyone starts thinking bet. So I'll fine. I misspoke.
One of my favorite lines is Ron yells at a caller. He's like, I'm tired of playing high school principal. I'm not going to enforce all of these bets. Like, that's not my job. If these guys want to be Welchers, they will, that whole line of thinking. And then we get to the point, and I got
damn Earl and Pepper, because that don't apply to me.
So the reason you give of why you're apprehensive is you saw like the whole get up, that you realized it wasn't going to be a cattle prod. It was going to be a series of marks laid by the whole shebang. And that's the additional pain that scared you. But at my first listen through the next part, I thought you were kind of like trying to not talk your way out of it, but explain why you were scared. But then the second time I'm listening through, it really feels like you working the heel angle. Because if you think about it, at this point,
was the guy there?
Was the guy there? Yes, he was. The branch.
Then I wouldn't have backed out.
Okay, so was it perhaps you working the heel?
I'm working.
It's hard.
I'm working heel because the guy's there. I would never, ever put a show. If a fucking tattoo artist or a branding artist, if the person is there, they're in the building, I would never, ever welch out on a bet or not pay it off. Are you? No. I would rather jump out of the fucking 20th floor that we were on 57th Street at the time, honest to God, than not pay if the person's there. I thought this was a conversation immediately after the Triple Crown, and the guy wasn't there. But if you're telling me this is
the day of,
no way I was 100% working. And so if you're convinced at first that there's a little heat between me and Ron, then that's me and Ron working. So again, boom, genius.
Absolutely. And no one's trying to take that away from you here. Two things kind of gave it away for me the second listen. The first one is when you try to back out initially, you try to get in like, I'm just scared. And Ron shuts you down before you can even get the rest. And it's like, oh, Dave's pointing out he's going to do this. He knows he's going to do this one way or another. And then I started to think about how hard it would be to make you the guy to root against at this point, getting the brand. Like, you bet no one and you're paying it off. That's impressive in amongst itself, right? You've been injured with hot sauce on the area you're having branded prior to this. Like, know you've got a sensitive ass. You got a bad dick at this point.
I got the Irish skin. I got the very, 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 very sensitive. I still to this day have to use Dove sensitive soap.
You and me both, Daddy.
You know, one time when I was going to Fordham in college before I was kicked out of that school because I am a Monmouth University proud graduate. But one time when I was at,
isn't that the racetrack?
a lot of.
I also graduated from Monmouth University then, Dave.
Monmouth County has a lot of good things to it, Robert. It's got the Monmouth Park racetrack, Monmouth University, and don't forget Six Flags Great Adventure.
And the mall.
Located in Monmouth County, as are many of your fantastic Jersey Shore beach towns. Not the scummy fucking, Dago towns like Seaside. That's Ocean County. You want to come to the good fucking beautiful Jersey Shore towns, you come to Monmouth County. You leave the Snookies and the Sitches in Ocean County, New Jersey. That's where the fucking greaseballs go. Monmouth County is where, the Irish, the nice looking people.
I once spent like $500 at Seaside winning a octobong in the beer pong game. And then we went to Spencer's and I saw I could have just bought it for $30, but it was more the satisfaction of beating the guy at the beer pong game.
Fucking A, it was. Yeah. So anyway, that's the point.
So yeah, I was just pointing out all the things you had going on. You at this point, one of the main talking points between you, Ron, Fez, and the Brander is your eczema on your penis, and you keep clarifying that it's eczema. You're a new father. Right? You just had a kid.
You tell me.
No, I'm just making sure you don't have any counterpoints.
I don't fucking know. Was I a new father at this point?
You were, because one of the things you bring up is that you were up all night with the kid. The night before.
All of that shit is true, by the way.
Oh, of course.
I was the goddamn up at night guy during this time. I'm telling you.
Perhaps the hardest reason it is to root against you and enjoy you being in physical pain is you're kind of like, the story of the Dutch boy that plugs the dike with his fingers. Like at this point, you've got your fingers and toes around the show. You're not supposed to be doing production like we talked about. But if you'll recall, you're helping Chris Stanley to produce things for the Ron and Fez show. You guys were bringing so many bits that Fez was going through and listening to him daily. One of them I was thinking of.
Bros Before Hoes?
Bros Before Hoes.
That's our masterpiece right there.
That they didn't want on air, by the way. That you've worked your way on. I love it.
No, because it was bad. But
then
it
became
funny.
So good because it was
sort of. I mean, I thought it was funny. We did a Bros Before Hoes for Eastside Dave TV. Like an actual sketch, not, for the radio. So if you want to give a little sketch of me and Pepper, Eastside Dave TV has a Bros Before Hoes video.
Maybe we'll insert it right here.
It's Bros Before Hoes. Whoa, bro! I just met this girl on Facebook. She says she wants to suck on us. Both of us.
Bro, we're supposed to go to Lowe's to check out weed whackers.
It's like 8 o'clock at night, bro.
We still got an hour. Bros Before Hoes.
Bro, I just got us a free pass to a strip club, and get this, the girls at the strip club, Puma, said they'd fuck us for free.
Bro, you were supposed to shave my back tonight?
Bro, Puma, strippers, fucking free.
Back, shave, hair, Bros Before Hoes.
Yeah, sure, sounds great. Bro, you'd never understand. I just get off the phone with Kim Kardashian. Her and the other Kardashians will fuck us and suck us all night long.
Well, bro, I just got off the phone with the Jonas Brothers. Unplugged, all access, backstage, bro.
Bro, Kardashians, fucking
Jonas, unplugged. Bros
Before Hoes.
Started off a little branded into fire, which leads us, Fezzy, to the Ichiban of the day. The fact that Eastside Dave will get branded into his ass.
Please, is there anything I can do? Now.
I don't care what you do. I don't care whether you do this or not. I don't care whether you guys ever pay off your bets, and I'm not having this conversation. If you're already starting...
I'm scared.
Good. This will be the end of the talk for Ichiban for me then. Because I am tired of the bets and the I don't want to pay off my bets. Why has that become the theme of the Ron and Fez show? Why does it happen time and time again?
Well, it's just I wanted to, but I saw the equipment.
I will tell you, then don't. I really don't care about it. It doesn't matter to me. All right, Ron and Fez Show, 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. The big story of the day, is, of course, Tiger Woods, y'all. He came back too early, I guess. Played those 5 days, and he's now out for the year. No British Open, no nothing. This goes to show you what a hero he was last weekend.
Well, the man is a superstar.
I'm sorry, are you talking, Mr. I don't want to pay off my bets?
I'll pay it off. I'm just frightened to hell.
I don't care.
Frightened.
I don't care whether you paid it off or not.
I will.
It really doesn't matter to me. Here is Nick. Nick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Ron, how you doing today?
Yeah.
I hate to tell you this, but you're the house, and this is entirely your fault because you're letting these bums get away with backing out of their bets every time.
Here's the interesting thing, Nick. I get the fucking complaints more than anyone. But if you go back and listen to the goddamn piece, right? Dave yells out, I want to bet I'll get a branding if I lose. You won't even hear anyone betting with him. It's just something that he yells out. Fez yells out, oh, I'm going to buy lunch for a fucking week. Nobody asked him to. No one brought it up. There is never any Earl and Fez, oh, I'm definitely going to pay off this thing in 6 months. Instead, we get fucking shadow puppets.
Yeah,
I don't ask for any of this shit.
I've heard it. I know I heard it every time they did it, Ron.
But
they just opened their mouths.
I'm not the fucking show cop. Believe me. I would love to be more fucking interested. I would love it. 866 Ron Zero Fest. I'm not going to lie to you. I start off today in an annoying mood. Once again, I get put into the fucking role of school teacher. I'm just about done with it. I'm just about done with the whole fucking shooting match. I just don't give a shit. I do not care. What is it, Dave?
I apologize
I don't
for
care.
infuriating, but I
Here's
am
what I
so
want you to
scared.
do.
But I will. I'll go
Here's
through
what I
with
want
it.
you to do.
So nervous, yeah.
You see this picture of this little girl here?
Yeah.
Next to Sheepy. Are you doing a good job with her?
Yes, I was up all night last night. I haven't slept at all. Maybe that's what led to my
it's the baby's
foolish.
fault. It's the baby's fault.
Well, we can brand the baby.
No, don't you lay a finger on her, please. Especially not with hot iron. No, I will go through with it, but I'm very genuinely scared because I didn't expect this guy to have an actual fucking blowtorch and hot metal. I thought it was going to be a fun little poker, stick it on my ass, and the brand is going to be huge. One cheek will be Ichi, the right cheek will be Bon. For Ichiban is what I'm going to have.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
So you're going to get two brands?
I have to. It's got to be Ichiban. It's the Japanese symbol for Ichiban, number one, Mr. B. That's
Who's
why.
doing the branding today?
We got Brian Decker coming in from Pure Body Arts. You can go to purebodyarts.com for more info.
Could Brian come in and bring the brand in, and we'll take a look at what we have here and how we're all set up? Because the only branding we've ever done on the show before, we did it in an amateur way, where I branded Paulo. Now, of course, in those days, everyone just paid off their bets happily. All right, this is the Ichiban symbol.
This is what he gave me for it.
Yeah, and how come it's going to be on two cheeks and not one cheek?
I figured the left one will be the part of the Ichi, and the right one will be Bon. So I figured it would look better, a little more symmetrical that way.
Okay.
Rather than it all being on my right cheek. And that's sort of, what got me nervous today.
Brian, do we have the brand itself?
It's actually a series of strikes to make this.
Oh, so it's not just one brand. All right, so I didn't know that. I thought he was getting one sizzling brand.
That's what I thought. And my apologies, but that's why I came in and I'm still fucking scared. Because apparently it's not just in and out.
So not like a cattle.
It's a
Yeah. No, you never get an even strike with that.
Okay, now how many will he be getting? How many strikes?
Wow, for something like this.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
It's going to take a lot of strikes.
Yeah, quite a few.
He said, Brian told me at least 20 minutes for this.
Oh, I didn't know.
Which was far different than what I
thought it was going to be 1 second of burn.
No.
Yeah.
So it's going to be...
Why'd you get so wordy, Dave?
Now, Brian, the other problem that we have is he's got very sensitive skin to begin with. And I imagine the ass has got to be like baby skin.
It is. I've looked at my own babies, and our asses are very similar.
Dave?
I'm wondering if I need to shave anything first.
No, I don't think so. You pretty much keep yourself shaved down, right?
Yeah, there's some light peach fuzz.
All right,
That's
better
it?
for me. Better for me.
Nothing you can't find on
The
your
smell
usual.
of burnt red hair.
Now, we're going to have this online today?
Yeah.
This is going to be on Pal Talk in the Ron and Fez showroom, and the camera you're going to check out when we get it up on Pal Talk will be I'm the Pits.
I'm the Pits on the Ron and Fez showroom.
And it's like, so after last night with being up with the babies, there's sleep deprivation, and now I'll be burned for 25 minutes. I feel like an Iraqi prisoner.
You make a big deal about being up with the baby. How many nights is your wife up with the baby?
She's up quite a bit, but...
Who is watching the baby 24 hours a day?
Well, she does.
Why do you act like a hero for just being a father for one night of your life?
Well, I mean, isn't it the woman's role to sort of... We have our role.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. It's 1940s.
She's the homemaker. I thought that's what she's gonna, that's what she'll be doing, and I'll be coming here working for a living.
You really don't work. You come in here, you drink, you get branded, you fool around and have a lot of fun. There's no reason. You don't have the kind of job where it would be a problem what time you stay up at night. Okay, you work 3 hours a day, and those 3 hours are spent fucking around. So basically, you're like, honey, please, I can't stay up tonight. I've got a 3-hour lunch and drinking with my friends tomorrow.
Right.
Because that's what every show is like for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar, but I still think, what
grade would you give yourself as a father right now?
Oh, golly, a B+.
Really?
I know there's some improvement to get to that A+ level, but I certainly don't think I've been a bad
You think
father.
he's a B+?
No, he's probably a C.
I'm going to give him a D for disappointment.
Oh, Brian. This is what he says. Now, come on. A D?
Yeah.
I do a lot of diaper changing, a lot of feeding. I'm in there, man. I'm on.
It doesn't sound like something you want to do. It sounds like something you're told to do.
No, I want to do it. I like being with my new baby.
Brian, when you start burning him a lot.
Don't do it.
I want him to get burned over 80%
He's not
of
even
his
going to be able to
body.
do this job later. He won't be able to sit down very easily.
It'll be a problem for him to sit down?
I mean, he's going to have third-degree burns on his ass, so yeah.
All right. Here's what I worry about with the third-degree burns. Again, I saw him go to the hospital over hot sauce.
Right. As long as the brand doesn't actually go onto my cock or asshole, I should be fine. It's just going
your
on,
meaty parts.
Right. It's just going on my skin, right, Brian? I mean,
Just the skin, yeah.
Just the skin.
I'll clean it and I'll bandage it for you.
Good. Because if I had to get branded on my dick hole, then
Why don't you just sit on a grill? Why don't we just bring a grill in here and you just sit on it?
You can find me an Ichiban grill.
All right, it's the Ron and Fez show. A branding coming up.
Oh,
for whatever reason, Dave acts like it's our idea. It is not, Dave.
No, I know it's not your idea. It was my retarded idea, and now that it's a reality, I feel fucking scared out of my skull. I hate Big Brown and Kent DeSormo. They should rot now.
Robert, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. You know, Dave, being a parent's like being a role model and stuff like that. Kids aren't pets.
Kids aren't pet. I haven't.
You're kind of acting like you're taking care of a pet right now. We want you to be excited about being a father.
I am.
And now take that baby back to the pound.
I think we're all a little disappointed because we expected when your wife had the baby, we'd see a change in you.
Right.
We do not.
Why not?
You're acting like a child still.
No, I'm not. I think I'm.
You're drinking more than ever.
No, I feel like I've been an adult so far.
You want me to take you to a meeting?
No, I don't.
Why don't you go to a
wanna
meeting and just listen?
No, but I am.
Why would that be a problem? You go to all kinds of things. Why not go in and just
I'll
listen?
go with. Where? Where's the meeting?
Well, for you, it's going to be 4 weeks. And it's going to be into 4 wins. Here is Gary. Gary, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Dave, quit being a sissy. I work a job and take care of 3 kids at night. I don't know what's the problem.
He works a real job, too, Dave.
Hey,
Not
Gary,
fooling around for 3 hours.
Let me get my Purple Heart and pin it on your chest, Gary.
What is that,
You
an
don't-
attack at the veterans?
No.
Is that it?
No, it's like he's trying to make himself out to be some sort of hero. But
Well, you don't support the troops? Is that what you're saying?
I don't
Fuck
even.
the troops?
No.
Go Taliban? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, Dave.
You want to talk about guts?
Do not brand that on him. Go Taliban.
I kind of like that accent you use because it sounded like this. Oh, Dave. I don't know what it was, but I wish you would use it all the time. Oh, Dave. I'm so disappointed. So disappointed, Dave. It's new for you, and I like it.
I keep trying to do it.
That's good. That's good right there.
All right. That I can do.
You sound like one of those roly-poly Asian girls that are always with stoners. You ever notice this? Because we've been getting high on that. Last night it made me drink his piss. I don't even know who those girls are, but they're kind of fun. Elizabeth, you're on Run and Fez.
Ron. Hey, Fez.
Yeah.
Ron, I know you're in a bad mood today, kind of, but this branding makes me so happy. I cannot wait to hear this.
No, why does it make you happy, honey?
Redheaded freak scream like a little bitch.
Brian, don't listen to
Elizabeth. Hi. I smoke moral camels.
Actually, I've never smoked in my life, Dave.
Fucked it up.
So try something else.
Yeah.
Hey, you smoke what, Elizabeth?
I've never smoked ever.
So you suck a lot of cock then with that voice.
Stop. You know what? You're really close to me branding you.
I'm sorry.
I'm be the one who brands you.
This is nervous energy. I've never
He's been known to miss.
I would rather roll up my whack bag and Sopranos tattoos in a ball and take them, twice the size than this brand. But I'm going to do it.
Miguel, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, buddies. I would like to say that I think Dave's about ready for an intervention.
Would you like an intervention, Dave?
Not particularly, unless you bring
I always wanted one back in the day, but everyone would either didn't care about me or was afraid of me. I could never figure it out. But I was always disappointed in my friends for not doing an intervention.
I don't need one.
I'd love to do one for you. I'll punch you right in the fucking neck and drag you off there.
It's not necessary.
And now
how come you never gave me an intervention?
I don't know why it never came up.
That was great talking to you about it. Thanks. Here's Scott. You're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Dave, did you know that Japanese write right to left, not left to right?
Like it matters.
The semantics are...
It really... all this looks like to me is it's a snowflake in the Hollywood squares. That's basically what you're getting there.
Yeah, it would look silly if you got Bonichi.
It's not. It's Ichiban.
RC, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Dave, quit being a pussy, man. I'm a coal miner, and in my spare time, I volunteer in an orphanage.
Why can't you do things like this, Dave?
Okay, Cider House rules. I'm sure that you really do all that shit.
Why do you have to hate every caller and every listener?
I'm not, but that man is lying to us, Ron. And again, I'm very anxious about this.
Can we change the brand to learn to treat the listeners better? That's what I would like the brand to be.
I'm sorry. I'm very on edge here.
Stand back.
No, he just shows up to use the computers.
Love that, right, Robert?
Oh, I love anything you and Pepper do together.
Comedy gold, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, listen, I didn't say it was our greatest fucking sketch. I mean, Don Twiddles and Office Blanca, and there's a few others that are actually fucking really, really good. But nevertheless, Bros Before Hoes is kind of fun.
I actually heard a fun story behind the scenes about Office Blanca and who was told to get paid and just said no.
No, but Dave Matthews, by the way, was the Bros Before Hoes soundtrack with all of the sketches that we played on Sirius XM on the Ron and Fez show. And whatever happened to that guy? Like in the late 90s through mid 2000s, he was like fucking like the Rolling Stones. Like he was selling out like Giant Stadium and shit. Like fucking football stadiums galore. He's not even an act anymore, is he?
No, he still goes on the road. He's not as big. The issue is a lot of his fans aged out. So
I tell everyone, this is why I can't take the fucking Taylor Swift fans too seriously. Because when they turn fucking 40 years old, they're not going to still be listening to Taylor Swift. Stop lying to yourselves. It's very temporary music. And so now Bobby is saying that the fucking Dave Matthews is pretty much the male Taylor Swift. And I'm not disagreeing. That guy was such a massive star. I worked at the Warren Hotel at the time, and every single goddamn waitress loved Dave Matthews.
They all
I'm
have
like, what?
stupid dancer tattoos. That's his logo. Yeah. Now, as somebody who went to a few Dave Matthews shows, the other thing that happened was they became exactly what you just did is exactly what they became. It was the place people went to get fucked up. They didn't care about the music. I was there just because I was the DD and could get very high. But like,
oh man, I'm not doing that, Dave Matthews. If that's your thing, then go to Fish.
Exactly. So there are better
Primus.
options. Fish, even go to the Dead.
Primus
would be fun.
That's why I'm a Primus fan. All right, let's get back into this fucking shit.
But the best part about Dave Matthews and why he's not famous is he dumped his poo on a bunch of people in Chicago. His tour bus was on a bridge that was slotted, and there was a bus going under, or like a tour boat going underneath the bridge, and they emptied their toilets onto this bus
on purpose.
Yep. A bunch of people got sick.
I love Dave Matthews. If I knew this about Dave Matthews, I would have had such respect. I didn't know he acted like the fucking Sex Pistols in 1978.
Yeah.
So, okay, that I actually like. So now I'm happy with the Dave Matthews. I guess he's a very confusing man to me.
Well, you were happy with Dave Matthews. You weren't happy that the night before your daughter kept you up all night. You had to be up with her all night. And that's part of why you say you were apprehensive, to which
Babies
Ron
yell and they scream and they keep you up.
And when you're kept up, I find you also tend to yell and scream and rile people up. And the two might be a fun situation until it's not anymore.
What do you mean?
Like if you were all excited and sleep deprived, you come home, you see your daughter, it may be 8 p.m. You're like, hey, oh, hey, because you're Dave, you're fun, you rile people up. So that then she's yelling and riling, you're involved, and now it's 11 p.m. and she's supposed to be asleep, but everybody's
no, you fucking stupid nincompoop. It's that a baby gets up every 2 hours screaming.
Oh, I envision this fun times, Dave. And
No. When I mean up all night, you think I'm up all night with a baby, like playing Nintendo? Like I'm not fucking up all night hanging with the baby. It's that with a fucking baby every 2 hours you hear, ah! And so it becomes like being a prisoner at Guantanamo Bay. You start to truly suffer from deep sleep deprivation, because even if you're not the one who actually gets up, so the whole point of the baby doing that every 2 hours is baby needs the bottle and gets changed. Okay, you gotta change the baby and then you gotta feed the baby. It's every fucking 2 hours for basically 24 hours. That's the first 3 months of a baby. 3 months you go through that process.
Damn,
it's fucking brutal.
I thought you guys were having like a Star Wars marathon.
No. This is like, if you ever seriously wanted to interrogate like an Al-Qaeda guy, just like make him have like a little baby. Take care of a baby for 3 months. That fucking guy will crack after week 1.
Well, thankfully, I've never found myself in the position to be a father. And if I did, I'd probably be pro-choice pretty quickly. But I appreciate the insight. I just assumed my younger siblings were cunts when they were kids. But turns out that's just what babies do.
Up all night with the baby. You thought I was fucking pounding beers with a goddamn baby.
Cheers, Julian.
No, it's because the baby is oh God, I don't miss those days. Those were tough. Those.
And you say
easy,
that,
man.
You say that on air, and Ron.
And by the way, and by the way, I had fucking 14-hour days. See, I had to get up at 7:00 a.m. in New Jersey, okay, to get to the bus to get me to fucking Sirius XM by 9:30. Okay, then the show's on at noon, and it's 3. Then the post show. Then we finally leave around, and then I leave around 7:00, and I'm home at 9. Okay, 14-hour days is what I was dealing with, and then the baby fucking yells at night. It's a wonder I never brought a fucking gun in and shot everyone. Just went on a fucking
said
insane.
You might. You sent email saying I may do this. Yeah, no, I know. I've heard about the email.
Well, that's true.
But you also try to make those exact same points to Ron about how tough it is to raise a kid and about your long days, to which Ron instantly points out how much worse it is for your wife than you. He's like, at least you get to come here. She's stuck with the kid. And then and this is where it becomes pretty clear. You're working the heel angle. You go, but that's a woman's place. And at this point, the callers call in. There's a woman like, brand this asshole. Like you did pretty much one of my favorite moves, which is Kaufman, where he's beating up women. Like you
people, do you not see that I was working? I'm working. I'm working you. My mom was a school teacher for 25 years. Of course I don't believe that a woman's place is in the house.
No, of course
But of course I'm going to fucking say that, as you point out, properly play the heel, because not everyone can be the good guy. It's a problem that a lot of radio shows have. I'm not talking about Ron and Fez. This is not about them in any way, shape, or form.
Not at all.
And I would say O&A had some issues with that, where the producers all need to be the cool guy and the good guy, and I need to be cool too. No, you fucking don't. O&A do. Someone needs to be the bad guy and the villain on your show. Is there anyone? I was willing to fucking step up. Always have been, always will be. That's where I'm different.
Honestly, Dave, when you left, Fez, the co-host of the show, kind of stepped into that role a little bit, where he became the villain, not cool guy.
See, that's not fair in a way. Like, that should have been, whoever was there then. Chris,
I think
Stanley, or get some new guy. Get some new guy to be the heel.
Be the asshole. But again, nobody.
Vito.
The only person. They had who?
Vito. Was he?
Oh, yeah.
healing?
But I think that was kind of after a little bit too. But my point is, Fez realized the only person who could even come close to walking in your heel shoes was him. And I think he stepped into that role very well.
Come on.
It's a compliment.
Obviously, Fez is a genius. Ron and Fez are geniuses. We know this. We're not, they're brilliant, of course. But yes, you're right.
Like,
Fez didn't need to be the heel.
No, he didn't. But when it was his turn, he stepped up and didn't have to be the cool guy. I was trying to compliment him. I think I overstepped it here, but the callers keep calling in.
No, I understand your compliment now. It's just that you have a roundabout way of making your points sometimes that confuse me. They confuse me. I'm not saying that the audience is confused. Maybe they are.
I think the doctors call that autism, so the audience is probably pretty confused.
Ouch.
Self-roast, boom.
I know, self-roast.
You're lashing out at the callers. Like, you're punching harder than even when we're actually arguing. I've heard you punch. And it's good for the point of being the heel, but at one point, Ron even goes, maybe we should change the brand to be nicer to the callers. And I was curious if that was a signal like, hey, you're doing great, but like pump the brakes a little bit. We don't want people to actually hate you.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. He's
probably encouraging me to continue with that comment.
At one point,
I mean, probably, yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. If something's really going shady back or going off the rails in those days, you might get Ron saying to the microphone, but you might also pass you a note.
I didn't even think.
So it's not on the air. If you're like, for instance, we're talking pop culture. You're randomly going off. You're about to randomly go off with some celebrity. Ron might pass and say, "Hey, we have that person as a guest next week." You're not gonna fucking go off on them now. You know what that means. So
yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like, yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't say always. I mean, sometimes he would just say, like, "Earl, what the fuck are you doing?" Like, he can't write. He's also doing a radio show. He can't write down everything either.
No, and I haven't met Ron too in depth, but even just like he could give you.
He doesn't like you.
I've heard that.
I've made sure.
Oh, well, that's not.
I've made sure. I've made sure to throw you under the bus at every single chance I've gotten, and I will continue to do so because you like to point out that I'm the heel. So that's what fucking heels do, Bobby. See, you're not. Oh, what? You thought you're so special? Huh? Anybody who fucking works with me, got to keep your head on a swivel. All right?
Constantly.
Sleep with one eye open. You never know when the fucking Dave man is entering the picture.
I'm just saying, Dave, I used to think you were the greatest heel, but people in my life have been literally thrown under a bus. So maybe you should step your game up, son. But at one point, a caller calls in and goes, "What do you even bring to the table, Dave?" At which point you try to make it rhetoric question. This is in your relationship.
What a fucking dumb motherfucker. You don't know who that caller was?
I don't.
Random. Okay.
It was just a random guy, yeah.
No big deal. But here's the greatest thing. What do you even bring to the table, Dave? What has been going on for the last 2 hours?
No. In terms of your relationship and being a father and a husband.
Oh, I thought he was talking about my fucking job performance. What do I bring to the table?
So you try to rephrase the question.
Okay. What I bring to the table is being a great father. A loving person who I still am. I have a wonderful relationship with my kids who are always with me. What are you talking about? What that's what I bring to the table is being the guy who, in the midst of doing a radio show, would bring his son to the ER at 12 o'clock at night or 1 o'clock in the morning because my son, until the age of 4, had cyclical vomiting syndrome, which means he would just start throwing up and couldn't almost get enough oxygen to breathe. So I'd have to rush him to the ER and then still get up in time to fucking make it into the Ron and Fez show. That's what I bring to the table. What do I bring to the table? I bring the fact that I'm with my son, Stanley Mack, all the time, helping him out, doing things with him. And I bring my culture and my music and my taste to my daughter, who's starting to get into a lot of the same rock and roll and shit that I'm into. So what do I bring to the table? I bring being a great fucking dad to the table, you douchebag caller from 15 years ago.
And that would have been a great answer. Unfortunately, what you tried to do is turn it into a rhetorical question and say, what do I bring to the table? And before you can give your answer, Ron will not let you answer. And this is one of my favorite parts of the whole thing, because at one point he's like, pretending you're walking the dog and taking 3 shots. That's what you bring, Dave.
Oh, the dog situation.
No. Sneaking out and getting drinks. Yeah. Drinking behind your family's back. That's what Davey Mack brings to the table. Being drunk without your family. And just, you keep trying to go back to it. And every time Ron tags it with something new. It's a fun 5-minute listen.
Well, I mean, listen, I like
it'll
that.
Be in there for
That's
sure.
Fun. That's fun to me.
Then when you finally get a word in, at one point you even go, can I? And Ron goes, probably not. But when you finally get it, you go, you bring the bacon. Eastside Dave puts the bacon on the table. And
that's true.
Ron points out the stupidity of that instantly and goes, that's really what you want to go with in your relationship, that you bring the bacon? You don't think there are other people out there who could perhaps bring better bacon, more bacon, nicer bacon? You bring so much more than that. And it's a compliment to you that you're more than money, but it helps work the heel angle big time.
I mean, I guess basically, though, that's that's one of the points that I had with SiriusXM was that I was fucking underpaid, and I was criminally so. I'll say the number: $37,000. Fuck you, SiriusXM. Forever. They had at the time E-Rock making $75,000, and these fucking O&A guys making 70 and 75 G's. I said that to Rob Cross. He didn't deny it. I said it. I go, Rob, I know for a fact that these O&A guys are getting $70,000, $75,000. I do more than fucking 10 of them combined. And Rob Cross, and I'll never forget this because he had this money meeting, not by myself, which is the professional thing to do, but he somehow did it after the Ron and Fez show when Ron and Fez were still there.
Oh boy.
In the studio. It was a completely unprofessional thing to do. In fact, I probably had an HR fucking settlement on my hand if I really cared to, because you can't fucking talk about someone's, you can't negotiate someone's money and contract in front of other people. So anyway, Rob Cross goes, when I go, the O&A guys, some of the senior producers make $70,000. You know what Rob Cross goes? Well, that's Opie and Anthony. You're running Fez. That's what he said in the studio. Okay? He said, well, Opie and Anthony is a bit, it's much different than Ron and Fez. There is no question that, especially by 2008, 2009, 2010, I'm letting everyone know we had the same size of audience. Ron and Fez had the same size of audience as O&A. It's a hard fucking reality for a lot of those fucking arrogant O&A producers to accept. our show was as popular as theirs. So when Rob Cross goes back with, well, the O&A producers, well, the reason why they make $70,000 is because they work for Opie Anthony. You work for Ron Fez. First of all, what a fucking insult. What a belittling, condescending comment. And to say that in front of the whole show, when, by the way, there should have been a one-on-one private meeting, Rob Cross, completely unprofessional. I probably did have a little HR incident. I probably could have done a little HR fucking thing. Because you can't do that.
But that's not your style.
That's not my style. I've never gone to HR in my life.
And just before we get back on track, to complete your Van Gogh analogy, it's a perfect example. At the time, completely undervalued. Who's going back and listening to What's the Haps collections at this point, or anything like?
Who's going back and who's looking at the best of Danny, the best of Travis, the best of Stan, the best of Sam, the best of E-Rock? I'm sorry, you're not doing that.
1,000,000%. And even if you listen to the O&A show, it doesn't age nearly as well as Ron and Fez. You could put Ron and Fez clips out to today's audience and they wouldn't hate it. They would fall in love with it like it was brand new.
I know
a lot of the stuff aged so poorly.
They do.
Yeah.
See, this is the whole point of why we're doing this show, is because weirdly enough, almost in recent years, I've gotten flooded with more messages and emails and things of, I love you on a Ron Fez. I'm just discovering the Ron Fez show. What are you doing now? It's like, man, yeah, I've been doing a lot of shit. I'm hoping that people understand that and go check out my other shit, because listen, there are a lot of people who have followed my entire career.
Yeah.
That's Ron and Fez, and then everything sits. And those people know Davey Max the man. Content creating fucking genius.
Just
sorry to say, it's the truth. So go check out all the content on the YouTube page or the website, eastsidedavecountry.com. But yeah, it's a weird thing, Robert.
And speaking of your Ron and Fez days, you did try to make the same point to Ron that you made to me about the 14-hour days and the commuting. And Ron goes, what? So you can come to work and get drunk with your buddy Chris and then do crazy stuff and show up home with a brand? It really helps paint you into the heel character. Like normally the very sympathetic to those situations, Ron is just setting you up, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, 14-hour days was the truth. It's pretty long.
I'm not. No. And I think part of it again is all of those things should make us not want you to get hurt. We should be rooting for you. So I think Ron's shutting it down to kind of eradicate all the reasons why people would root for you.
Yeah.
And then they bring in the guy who's going to brand you, and he shares. When he comes in, you kind of share some of the concerns you have about the process. Like you said, initially, you thought it was just going to be a quick cattle prod. Psst, you're done.
Right.
You find out it's going to be a series of strikes. It's going to take about 20 minutes at least, if not longer. And when it all plays out.
I mean, really? Because I could have sworn that fucking thing was an hour and a half. But what I'm saying is that's how painful it was.
And I think it was at least 40 minutes of on-air time. Like, it definitely took longer than it.
It was like a tattoo. Instead of a brand, he had like a tattoo gun. And it would but instead of ink, it would fire lasers at you that would literally burn your skin. I mean, why are we not doing this with the cattle brand? I'll fucking sign up for it tomorrow. But this was actual torture.
One thing I don't think maybe perhaps you understood was the difficulty of making a cattle brand. Like, that costs thousands of dollars, and then the farm buys one that they have for life because they brand all their cows with their logo.
Listen, then we'll start a fucking meat company called Ichiban Beef. And we'll have that cattle brand for all our cows.
I think Ichiban Beef started the pandemic. But so he comes in. Some of the things you explained, we talked about, like the hot sauce, the eczema. You make it very clear to him, because you have to take your pants off, that it's eczema. It's not anything he has to wear gloves or worry about on your body.
Thank you.
So, you explain that to him.
Yes.
At one point, a caller calls in and says, I heard he said he could do a cutout instead of a laser. We should do that instead. I'd like to hear Dave get cut. And you go, yeah, I'd like to cut out the whack bag tattoo. And Ron and Fez start asking some questions, and right away the branding guy shuts down and goes, "Trust me, for radio, you want the branding. Like, this will be better radio." And we know at this point you're in for a bruising.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, well, I never got the whack bag cut out, but it has been transformed into this Star Wars fucking tattoo of my design. That's where the whack bag was.
That's pretty sick.
But
thank God you didn't go with Kathleen Kennedy.
Well, that fucking bitch. That fucking absolute bitch. Fuck her. This was my design, by the way. I'm not really showing it off the way. It's of the Rebel Signia and then 2 asteroid scenes. One of the Millennium Falcon going through the asteroids like in episode 5. And then one of Obi-Wan going through the asteroids like episode 2.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
I'd clap, but it'll mess up our audio.
Can you?
So you're there, and
the Lucky Boy's still there.
What does that mean?
Just means that I'm fucking lucky. I just gotta avoid prison because I guess they say in jail it means that you're butt rape worthy.
Oh, well, you are a lucky boy then, David. But while you're talking to him, a couple callers call in and they're kind of taunting you, pointing out that it's not going to be like a day's worth of recovery. It's going to be weeks of recovery.
Yeah, that's true. It was worse than any tattoo you could possibly have. Period. I would have gotten my Pink Floyd tattoo was the most Wish You Were Here. That was the most involved. That took 2.5 hours, a lot of color and everything like that. And that was a massage compared to what you're surprisingly telling me is only 20 minutes.
40. But it ended up being like 40.
Well, I mean, regardless, what I'm saying is in my mind, I've always thought like 1.5, 2 hours. But again, that's simply because my mind was like, this is the worst experience ever. That may have been the most painful experience I've ever had in my life, honestly.
That makes sense. At one point, a caller even calls in and asks what hurt more.
Or the hot sauce, honestly.
And you go, this brand is world's worse than any tattoo I've ever gotten. So,
it destroys any tattoo. I'm trying to think of pure pain, hot sauce, and branding. That's probably it. My brother, because I was a fucking loudmouth little punk, my brother ran my foot over with the family van on purpose. And it didn't hurt, and broke my foot, and it didn't hurt nearly as much as the branding and the hot sauce.
Yikes. Why did he run your foot over?
A hot sauce episode?
Yeah, it's how we do this every time. That's how the Midnight Rider started.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Remember, that's why you weren't there for the vote.
I forget.
No, this is a pivotal moment for mine and your life, Dave.
Okay, but
so
the branding was painful.
The guy who's branding you comes in and goes, "Can we talk about some of the safety precautions and things like that?" And Ron and Fez are much less concerned with your safety and are much more concerned with roasting you, and particularly your ass. One of my favorite lines comes from Fezzy, who's like, "If you're watching on Pal Talk, make sure you have a cardboard box because it'll blind you." Like in a Clips joke.
It was very white.
Such a specificity for that joke. It was perfect. It reminded me of old Fez.
I have the white Irish skin. And I never even got around to telling you what happened at Fordham. All right, here it is. Because of my skin being so pale, one time when I was at Fordham at 4 o'clock in the morning at the White Castle, a black man came in and asked me, just, not in my face or anything, but he asked me, he said, "Are you an albino?" Like, I was, just like it was like a fucking zoo trip or something. He was just asking like what kind of creature I was. I informed him, no, I'm not an albino, but the pale skin that comes with the Irish and the red-haired territory there, the fair skin and the ass is going to be the whitest part on the fair skin lad.
Of course.
Very bright.
Like a diamond.
Shine like a diamond and smile.
So Fez does his joke. They make fun of your Sopranos tattoo when you take your shirt off. And you go, "What do you think of my Sopranos tattoo?" And Ron goes, "I wish you wouldn't have told him." So he had to guess what it was a tattoo of.
And that was covered up on World's Worst Tattoos on
Yeah, so you're a completely
TLC
different
or
man
something.
from the person who got this brand. That's amazing.
That reality show actually found me. I didn't apply for it. They were actually Googling worst tattoos, and the East Side Dave Sopranos tattoo kept coming up. And next thing you know, the producers are like, "Would you like to come do our reality show?" I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?"
That's hilarious. Were they Ron and Fez fans or literally just through Google?
No, it was literally through Google that they and the East Side Dave Sopranos tattoo kept popping up on World's Worst Tattoo lists. And so this was World's Worst Tattoo on TLC network.
I remember that.
Yeah, World's Worst Tattoo on TLC. Yeah.
I think it's available on the YouTube too.
Oh, yeah. That's on my YouTube channel at Eastside Dave TV. Look that up, Eastside Dave on World's Worst Tattoos on TLC.
So final preps getting done. We're about to get this brand ready to go. Franklin shows up, and you could tell Ron and Fez at this point are just
Dandy candy, Franklin. Dandy candy.
You could tell they're just trying to keep you kind of in good spirits as you're about to go through such pain. And Franklin shows up, and he gets called out right away by Ron for being fake nice to women. Fez jumps in and is like, "We know you're not that nice on the inside. You just do that to try to get in their pants." And like, just tear this dude apart. I have no idea what I was going to ask. Was like there a history there or something? It seems out of left field to me. I guess he grabbed something for Lily or something, and people just tore him.
He did what?
He was doing something for one of the women in the office, like he got a blanket or like something for their chair or a jacket or something, and Ron jumps in, Fez jumps in, and then you jump in about how he's this fake nice to women to try to get them to trust them, but he's not really like that. And he tries to be like, "My mom told me to be nice to women," and you guys are like, "That's not nice. That's trying to manipulate." And I just didn't know if there was a backstory there or anything. It just seemed really out of left field.
Well, I mean, at this point, I think I might have been feuding with Franklin a little bit, but
hey, it's Franklin.
You know, they said Franklin and I are two sides or two different sides of a coin in one way. I am a Caucasian gentleman who oftentimes has been told I make terrible first impressions. But I don't know why. I'm very friendly. So unless you've come with a preconceived notion, I'm very friendly. But a lot of people say, crazy, this and that. Oh, I didn't like him at first. I don't like him. I used to get that all the time. I didn't like you on the radio at first, but now, man, I'm a fan all the time. Whereas Franklin, the opposite, exact opposite. Black man, not Caucasian, and makes fantastic first impressions. However,
not good.
One of those guys where as time went on, people started to have little issues with Franklin here and there. And so that was it. It was a good first impression. The more you know him, me, bad first impression. But the more you know him, oh, he does know, man.
He's pretty awesome. Yeah, I get that.
And one black and one Caucasian.
Albino even.
No.
So that I guess that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna take a break real quickly before we get into the branding, but we do have a couple of questions. Just when you first saw the contraption, what were you thinking?
I was thinking this is going to be horrible. I was thinking Star Wars Episode 4 when the creepy droid with the needle goes into Princess Leia's detention cell, and you're like, uh-oh. I don't know what's going to happen with Leia, but it's not going to be good. It felt like the exact same scenario, very futuristic, long needle that I realized, oh, this is going to be absolute torture, ain't it?
What a perfect metaphor.
Yeah.
I know you love Star Wars, but that's exactly what.
Well, that's the way it felt. It was dread and terror, like futuristic burn needle.
And did you have any second thoughts at any point? I know you were always going to go through with it, but did you? I know initially you said you were going to get EG on one, but
at that point, once the fucking ball is in motion, I would never, ever, ever not pay it off. You would see me jump off the George Washington Bridge before I chickened out. That would never happen to me. I truly disdain all producers who do that. I've said this before. I was listening to a Mike and the Mad Dog episode. As a joke, they gave their stupid fucking producer a sweater of his favorite baseball team's rival. I forget the exact specific.
Red Sox and Yankees, I believe.
Something like that. And the guy wouldn't put it on. He wouldn't put it on. Now, at the time, Mike and the Mad Dog were on the Yes Network, so it was on TV in addition to being on the radio. The guy literally wouldn't put it on. And for 7 minutes on the air, Mike and the Mad Dog are having to fucking convince this stooge to put on a sweater. I decided right then and there, if I ever get into radio, broadcasting, podcasting, TV, I don't give a shit. I will never be that fucking asshole. Ever.
Yeah, yes.
That's why I make a big deal about the payoffs. Because I'm the payoff king.
Absolutely. The Yes Network sounds like he was on the No Network.
That's good.
So at one point when we first started, you were going to get Ichi on one butt cheek and Bon on the other. Did you perhaps decide just do one butt cheek, get it over with? Or
no, I think it's because we didn't know
which was Ichi, which like how to break it apart. It seems like one symbol. I thought that might be the issue too, to be honest.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Yeah, if we split it up, like, is it could even make any sense? Or if you're like translating it to English and it's number one,
but
have we just split it up into like new on the left side and then it's number one on the other side? Like, you know,
you never know. Yeah, exactly.
You don't know.
So one last question before we take our quick break. What was your biggest fear? Was it recovery?
Pain.
Was it the current, like the pain while it happens, or was it the length of time?
The pain.
The pain.
It was the pain. I do remember the now ex-wife at the time, but she saying she wasn't a big fan of me getting my ass branded. You know, we're a married couple, and you know, an ass brand. What? And I'm like, you never see my ass.
Deal. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm
are you gonna eat it?
Not that I'm have anything against gay people, but what I'm saying is I don't do any ass stuff. I'm a hetero guy. So with no ass stuff, you're not looking at the ass. So what do you care?
And one of the callers, that's a very good point. There are other McDonald's whose asses might be.
Hey, that's my fucking family. You have to know.
He ran over your foot. I got your back, Davey.
That was not the gay brother who ran over my foot, you stupid asshole.
Well, then I apologize twice.
Yeah.
But one caller does call in and point out.
Davey Mack mocks his family. Robert Tamburo keeps his big mouth fucking shut when it comes to my family, or I'm going to drive to Pennsylvania and fucking take out your mom and dad by burning the house to the ground.
Promise? Don't threaten me with a good time, Davey Mack.
Make sure you get that goddamn insurance money.
Exactly. But at one point, Fez does go, do we know for certain this says Ichiban? And Ron goes, no, we don't. But do you think any Japanese people are going to see Dave's ass? And I'm curious, to this day, has a Japanese person seen your ass?
No, I don't believe so. I haven't been to Japan.
In any of the wrestling locker rooms, perhaps?
I don't get changed, to the nude in the wrestling locker rooms. I put on a tie. That's pretty much my whole change that I do there. I arrive no tie, and then I put on the tie and in the coat.
That makes sense. Right before we go to break, we're going to hit what the caller hit you with right before break, which is the caller goes, Dave, do you know how much pain you're going to be in? And you go, obviously not. That's how.
Bad idea. Once I saw the device, I was like, oh shit. This is a fucking science fiction torture machine.
And honestly, it cracked the whole room because it felt like just a guttural, like, what the fuck did I get myself into? But they go to break, and we're going to go to break too here. You guys are going to do some listening. We'll see you in just a few short.
Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Run Fest.
Hey, fellas, I'm branded myself. I put my ass on a grill. There's no way Dave's doing this in two brands. The pain is too much. He might press once, but not twice.
Well, I'm not going to have Bon on me, or Ichi would be even more ridiculous. No, I want the whole thing, number one. It's a symbol that's very near and dear to me. So.
Have you ever had anybody tap out on a brand?
Actually, no. Even with the electrocautery branding, I've never had anybody tap out.
No,
but it hurts.
Isn't most branding done by black guys? Normally, when I see a brand,
Surprisingly, no, which is disappointing sometimes because tattoos often don't look that good on dark skin.
Yeah, I know.
I wish more dark skinned people would come in for the brandings or the cuttings, but they don't.
I think the only darker skinned people that can pull off a tattoo are Samoans. They will just fucking tap the hell out of themselves.
Oh yeah, they'll become a whole body puzzle.
Fez, let's see your tattoos.
All right, I got 2 on this side.
Tell me the truth. Does both of them look like shit?
I've seen better.
Yeah, I've seen better too. All right, let's see the other side.
And then there's the other one.
That's awful. That one's bad.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's the Tampa Bay Lightning logo from where they won the Stanley Cup.
And then over top of it, you have Sherwood Forest.
No, I just have hairy shoulders.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. All right, you're going to get touch-ups today, too, Fez.
Nice.
Here's Tony. Tony, you're on Fez.
Hey, has anybody gotten Casey's opinion on this branding? I mean, it's not just Dave. I mean, the whole family sort of has to deal with the after effects of this.
Well, it will be in family pictures. That's true.
Does Casey still have the hookup, the Pal Talk hookup?
My computer is fucked up right now.
I want you to fix that. So one day, while we're working, I can look on Pal Talk and see you all backing up to your place and taking away your family.
You know, it's a bad day for me, Ron, and these jokes are
These
hurtful.
are jokes. I am the ghost of Christmas future. I see you doing a bad job, and I'm pointing it out to you. You know why? Because I want you to turn around, and I want you to... No, not turn around here, idiot. Turn your life around. And I want you to be able to save your family and see what's important.
I am. I'm trying. You know what, Ron? You know what I'm good at?
Taking the dog for a walk and doing 3 quick shots and coming home?
That was Friday night. A little fun. No, that I
Not
like...
just Fridays.
I enjoy...
Not just Fridays. Whenever you take the dog out. You told us that.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Every time.
That would be a great first fucking story for you in a meeting.
Well, you know what I am good at? And what I deserve...
Sneaking alcohol behind your family's
I'm
back?
just not going to ask the question.
You're asking me, and I'm telling you the things that you're good at.
Trying to answer.
You know what I'm good at, though?
Yes, sneaking alcohol behind your family's back.
You know what I'm good at?
Pouring the baby while drunk.
You know what I'm really good at?
I'm going to say doing shots and then quickly brushing your teeth.
I use Listerine.
That's where the gum's coming from.
Oh, yeah, there's a little alcohol in there, isn't it? You chug that, you fucking sick bastard.
But honestly, you know what I'm good at?
Yes,
is,
I do. Living with a problem and acting like no one else sees it. What are you good at, fuckface?
Can I get it through now?
I don't think you can.
You know what I'm good at? Bringing
3 quick shots. 3 quick shots and a slur of, I'm tired, I'm going to lay in my room.
You know what I'm good at? Bringing home the bacon. That's what I'm good at. Bringing home the bacon. I'm the one who buys food, pays Con Ed bills, direct...
Let me ask you something. You got a hot wife, right?
Sure.
Do you think anybody out there has more bacon than you? That could give her a lot easier life? If that's all you bring to the table, brother, that's a fucking weak ride. Because I'll yell out what you're making right now. Why do you think fucking Than quit?
Than was making...
Here's Doug. Doug, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Ronnie B, how are you guys doing today?
Good.
Hey, I used to do branding in my fraternities. We used to brand all the new pledges. I branded a lot of guys that are a lot tougher than Dave. I got good money saying he does not make it through this without passing out. I see a lot bigger guys pass out than Dave.
What school did you go to?
University of Tennessee.
Well, first of all, if I pass out, that's not me tapping out.
Is that Rocky Top, Fizz?
Yeah, that's Rocky Top.
Okay. Dave, you went and had your dick checked out yesterday, right?
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up on
Well,
the air.
I want to know how that went.
That it's fine. I have something called eczema.
What is that, dick cheese?
Well, no, it's once again, I am not herpetic, and I have to reiterate that, even if I am taking Valtrex. But the doctor said that I am under such stress that I do break out into hives.
Why are you stressed?
I don't know. You know, there's a
you know what it is? Living a lie. Living a lie is always difficult.
Why is your dick stressed?
I am very truthful. No, I don't know. The guy just said I'm under a lot of stress because I'm breaking out into hives.
What helps? Taking the dog for a walk?
That can't hurt.
3 shots of medicine?
Why he holds a dog on his lap? Give me 3.
That makes me feel better.
Let me ask you, any beer cans in the butter dishes at the house? Huh?
No.
What, do you got a fucking bottle behind the goddamn aquarium?
No, oh, come on.
Umbrella stand? Where's the bottle? Where are the bottles hidden?
They're not hidden.
You ever do shots before the show?
Oh, fuck no. Come on. That would be ridiculous. No. Come
that's
on.
right. There's no babies here to hold. Oh, look who it is. It's the Radio Shark. Hey, Shark.
Hey, Dave, why don't you get a Whip It Out Wednesday brand? That way you can show Opie how much you love him every Wednesday.
Oh, that evil laugh.
Or the one from the Bonanza. The Ponderosa.
That evil laugh. Fred from Brooklyn's going to kill him, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he went and wrote Baba Booey all over Fred's fucking car.
That's right.
Here's Don. Don, you're on Run of Fez.
That artist said he also does cuttings. I'd much rather see Dave get cut.
Do you really do cuttings?
I do a lot more cutting than I do branding work, yeah, for sure.
No, who gets the cuttings? Chicks?
Everybody. Designs used to be pretty simple, and I've gotten pretty complex with them now, so I can make them almost look like tattoos at this point.
Really? Would you rather do a cutting?
Well, I wouldn't mind maybe doing a cutting in addition. I could, cross out this whack bag tattoo finally.
I forgot about the whack bag tattoo.
So that'll be like, F you, whack bag. I'm going to cut you off of my arm.
The cutting really does not hurt as much, so you guys probably would rather have the branding anyway.
Okay.
So the branding hurts more than a cutting?
Cutting just reminds him that he's a bad girl and he needs to start being better. Because I don't know, there's something about those cutters I just love. Just like, I don't know what they don't know what to do with their life, so they get in the fucking closet, just start taking a little penknife across their thighs.
A lot of cutters. I'm sorry, a lot of cutters at 4 wins.
And I go, you stay in there until you remember. You just stay in there. Josh, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, Dave, I was branded back in college, and the initial brand, you kind of go into shock. You don't feel anything afterwards. But
oh, nice.
Healing that I got mine on my back shoulder, and I couldn't lean back for about a month.
Lean back.
A month seems excessive, but yeah, the healing is definitely worse than the procedure itself,
Really?
for sure.
Now, how long before he can sit comfortably?
It's going to be at least a week, I'd say.
Okay. Well, here's what I worry about. You're playing baseball
You
this
got pretty
week, right?
padded seats.
Yeah, I had planned on playing the FBA softball game Saturday.
What happens if you got to slide? What happens if we need some dirt up your skirt?
Ricky Henderson, that fucker, and go head first.
Oh, Ricky Henderson over fucking Pete Rose. Thank you. Let me go back in fucking history and give Ricky Henderson all the credit for coming up with the head first slide. You know what, Earl? Ricky Henderson is now Charlie Hustle. And fucking Pete Rose is just some guy from Ohio. Jesus Christ. How I hate the American League. Here's Jason. Jason, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, one of my buddies got some crosses tattooed on his wrist, and they look like shit now. They just look like 2 big old fucking blobs.
Nice.
Well, these aren't tattoos; these are brands. And Brian Decker from Pure Body Arts is the New York specialist.
And you're going to be branded on your ass, so who cares what it looks like?
Which already looks like a blob.
The only people who are going to see this is O&A when you're in here burying a dildo deep into your fucking rectum.
There's a possibility, but you know what? When they see that dildo go in there, they'll also be looking at number 1. So, face.
That's good. You got them all.
Face.
Now, Opie does the face thing now.
Face.
He's trying to steal it, but it's mine. It's an Eastside Dave origination. By the way, since Stan's in here, O&A noon to 6.
He doesn't work for them.
6 to noon, I mean.
He doesn't care.
Oh,
he doesn't care anything about them.
I rescind that.
I love them, but...
You hate them.
What?
You hate them and you walk out on them when they need you the most. I was talking to them about it the other day.
Is that how they've seen it? Oh, wow.
They were both, I'm not saying they were crying, but they were both choked up.
I thought they had stunt brain over the other side to take care of them.
Yeah, what is the story with Stunt Brain? I don't even understand. He's just a half a producer?
He only works on the CBS side, so
yeah.
Any problems?
I can't get up that early.
Yeah.
I can just catch him on the XM.
Who can?
You feeling good sleeping in now, don't you? See, people don't know what. First of all, it's awful to wake up in the morning, but then awful and be funny. that doesn't go together. You can't be just waking up and feeling amusing. That's fucking, that's Hercules time. Here's Robin. Robin, you're on Fez.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
I mean, Dave's acting like this was really going to hurt while he was getting branded. Does he realize he's going to be in excruciating pain for weeks to come?
Well, I wasn't aware that the healing process was so slow.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever burned your brain around the...
What about the fact that you can't go outside now without a hat on and sunglasses because you're the fucking man who fell to Earth and you have zero fucking pigmentation to your skin?
Well, I have very sensitive skin.
Yeah.
This was a horrible idea on my part.
All right, show me on your ass right now where you're going to get this
bad
thing.
idea. Okay, I was going between...
couldn't wear clean shorts today, could you?
Well, now I wasn't sure. I was actually going to ask you guys for advice. Either right there on the flesh or Ichiban, but I'm not sure which one would look better. So that's what I was going to go.
So you're thinking thighs?
Well, no. I was thinking ass, but side ass. But then I was also thinking the ass. I really had narrowed it down to those two spots. So I was actually wondering your guys' input and Brian's input would be appreciated as well.
If you wanted to read how it's supposed to, I'd go straight so you can see them both at the same time.
Straight ass.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what this means on its own, and if somebody just sees that.
I know. I guarantee you that doesn't say Ichiban.
Well, wait a minute. What chance is there of any Japanese people seeing that ass of his?
All right, so...
You know what you ought to do is just get your entire body done so you have some color.
All right, so I'll go straight ass then.
Why don't you ever lay on your table right now? Do the rest of the show laying face down. And, yeah, go ahead, walk in your shame.
Pants are still down.
If you see any spots on the frontal area, again, this is just eczema.
No one's looking at your dick.
Oh,
Dave.
God. What is eczema, Fez? I don't even know.
It's some sort of skin disorder where you get real rashy and scaly.
You have to hold like frozen peas.
Earl, put the Pal Talk camera on so people can just see him laying there. And I want him to just lay like some fucking guy that the doctor isn't showing up for. Look at him. You got this white cloth across the table, and you can't tell where the table begins and the ass ends.
The ass is just giving off a glow. It's a white balance for the camera.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
It is.
It's like if fucking Frosty the fucking snowman laid down and decided to get a brand.
It's pure white.
Now, I don't know whether you can brand butter or not, but it should be interesting to see.
This is going to be on Pal Talk in the Ron and Fez showroom. You can check out the camera.
It's up now.
I'm the Pits. It's on right now on Pal Talk. Ron and Fez showroom.
And we're just going to let him lay there for a while and try to deal with it. And it's disgusting looking.
This is actually making me more anxious, to be honest with you. Just
Why?
laying here.
You're in the branding position.
Because it's like, you're waiting for that surprise in a horror movie. When Jason pops out of the woods. Just sitting here is making me feel very anxious.
I think once the hiss of that propane can
and that's not
fires
helping.
up.
That's not helping, funny man.
Sorry, buddy. Why? I apologize if I was late, but why is he doing this?
No reason.
Oh, okay.
Mainly because a horse didn't win a race.
Oh, makes sense.
He claimed.
Fucking animals.
So, unlike most people and put down money, he says, I'll get my ass cooked. Here is Bill. Bill, you're on Fez. And I hope it's Bill W.
Hey, Dave, you remind me of myself about 24 years ago, and all I've got to say to you is 30 meetings in 30 days, buddy.
30-30. Why don't you do your 30-30, Conseco?
I think a fucking Ichiban brand is enough.
30-30 is what you need.
I'm not doing that. I would be fired.
What scares you?
I would be fired from the show,
No, you
for
wouldn't.
starters. Well, I would...
I'll let you take time off from the show. Why out of all the things in the world that he's willing to do is just going there and hearing how he could get better? Why is that what frightens him the most?
That's more painful than a carton of cigarettes up his ass.
What are you worried about? A mirror being put up to your face? Is that what you're worried about?
I don't need people. I understand people have problems,
The truth hurts more than branding.
Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just wondering, is eczema Japanese for herpy dick?
Brian, I can't reiterate enough. It's not herpetic. Dr. Kazarinsky has fucking assured me of that.
Oh, a nice Polish doctor. Who doesn't want that? That fucking really lines up nice with your Hungarian lawyer.
It's Tim Kazarinsky.
Stop with the jokes, you're jiggling my ass.
Is that what that is there?
It really...
You know what it looks like? It looks like someone laid a squid on a table.
We will now begin the dissection.
I'm getting Attack of the Fear laughies.
Your entire body looks like a soft cock.
It really will be trying to brand a Jello mold, Brian.
You are the horse. You're the first flaccid human being in history.
It's the senator from X-Men.
It's so weird. He's got this long, soft, white body and then a purple head. What are you fucking telling yourself, penis?
Oh, God really had a fun time up there making me. Just a fun time fucking around.
I hate to say it, but you look like Runoff. If I have to say what you were, you look like Runoff.
I think God tried it blindfolded.
Here's Lost Boy. Lost Boy, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez.
Hey, man.
Hey, I wanted to ask Brian if he's ever branded an ass before. And by that, I mean redheaded Irish alcoholic.
Idiot. Do a lot of ass brandings, Brian?
Not anatomically, but I've branded quite a few douchebags in my past, yeah.
Here is Dan. Dan, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, I say we brand his top lip, the bottom lip, skip the intervention, and give Fezzy more mic time.
Fezzy, you ready for more mic time today?
Yes, I am.
Roll with it, then. Go ahead, rock it.
We got Brian Decker here from Pure Body Arts. He'll be performing the branding. You can check him out at purebodyarts.com.
Nice announcement. I appreciate it, buddy. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here is Roger. Roger, you're on Run Fez.
Yo, Dave, you pussy. Casey's went through 6 months of pain at least, pushing at your baby, and you're whining for a couple of minutes? Give me a break.
And then after all that time, all he's done is seen a baby through a drive-through window.
Well, look.
What are you doing, Dean?
She wasn't burned.
I look over there, and Dean is just pulling his shirt up in the most uncomfortable prison.
I could just take my shirt off, for fuck's sake.
I don't know where his ass begins in the mat end.
I'll just take it off. Brian, do you like my Sopranos tattoo?
Oh, Brian, that's the worst fucking tattoo in history. Go, let's see your back. Just
Maybe Brian can brand some pupils.
Lean your back.
Brian should brand some pupils into Carmella.
You know what? Here,
towards
lean back
Brian.
over so we can see it. I wish you wouldn't have said Sopranos, and we could have made Brian try to guess who that was on his back.
Whether it's the Munsters, the Bunker family,
the Pep Boys.
Yeah, I never would have guessed.
It looks like the world's ugliest ska band. Which is redundant, by the way. Here's Dave. Dave, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez.
Hey, buddy. What can we do for you?
You there?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You are here.
Oh, okay. Hey, why don't Dave get his ass branded with his baby's name? That'd be better than Ichiban.
Hello?
Ichiban means
Hello, are you
number one
on?
asshole.
Hello? Hello, are you there?
I'm here.
No, I can't hear you.
All right, sorry.
No, I'm just fucking kidding. I can hear you perfectly. Here's Keith. Keith, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez. How you doing?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what's going to happen when Dave's got to take a shit.
That's called a board gossip. And you'll hear that on Friday.
Okay.
Fine material there.
Should he have any problem at all pinching a loaf, Brian?
He's gonna have to, so
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, shitties.
Maybe what you want to do... Wait, is that the code word?
Is that it?
Pussies.
All right, Ron and Fez show. If you have Pal Talk, you will turn on the Ron and Fez branding room, and you'll be able to see Dave laying up there for whatever reason, naked except for all of his clothes bound around his ankles and his dumb deck shoes that he's wearing.
It's the Ron and Fez showroom on Pal Talk. Use the camera. I'm the Pits.
I have it on right now, and I can't tell that that's a human being. I don't know what to do.
It's like an alien autopsy kind of thing, like a probing.
It looks like cookie dough on a sheet ready to go in the oven.
No, he.
Well, fatherhood's made me put on a few pounds. Big deal.
Fatherhood. I like you just picked that baby out of a lineup. I really would. I like to get 4 other babies and see if you can tell which one is yours.
Oh, absolutely.
Could you?
I think.
Yeah.
Without going by drawn-on nipples.
No, remember, we're not... The other kids won't be black. It's the only way you'll be able to say. Here's Todd. Todd, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Don't you think it'd be a good idea to hog tag Dave so he can't get away halfway through it?
Todd's trying to work out his gay fantasies.
I gotta stay with it because I want the whole Ichiban on me. You know?
You know, just looking at you, it makes me see how confused women must be. Do you know how easy it would be for a woman just to be a lesbian before they slept with us? And look at Dave there. You can't imagine there's a species that would go, there's a good idea.
Well, this is a very unnatural position for a man, though. This is not a manly position.
And, again, guys, you got to be doing it just for a joke. It's got to be done just out of spite.
The bright colors might attract other birds, but I don't know about humans.
I mean, I'm not being aggressive here. The ladies have lays like this.
Oh,
come on!
Oh,
come on, Casey, let's make another baby.
You win. I fucking surrender. All you gotta do is thrust those fucking milky hips, and I want out of the argument. You'll be able to win every fight. That weapon can fucking drive away anyone. I found my kryptonite. Oh, I'm begging you to stop. Here is...
he stopped thrusting, but the hips are still moving.
Adam, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, this is beyond the radio bit. This is animal abuse. This is no better than putting a dog in the dryer and watching it spin around and laugh. Please
Wait a minute. What a great idea.
The little shelter's going to be on the lawn.
Well, someone should abuse that fucking Big Brown. What a loser. The Kobe Bryant of the animal kingdom.
Kobe Bryant did fucking just lay down last night.
He laid down. He did not want to play last night.
Yeah.
And that was it. And that whole entire team didn't want to play. As soon as they got down double digits, they totally mailed it in. Phil Jackson called him out on it at halftime.
Did you ever notice how Franklin always goes out of his way to do something nice for a lady? So he's the sensitive, kind one, and we're a bunch of fucking animals?
I'm Latino. I was taught by my mom to be nice to women.
That's bullshit.
It's true. Ask her.
It's bullshit.
It's a gimmick.
It is a gimmick. It's a gimmick and a bad one, and make the rest of us look like we're thoughtless thugs.
That's not my
I've
intention.
never heard Latinos having this. We're good with women.
What are you talking about?
Desi Arnaz slapped the fuck out of that chick.
And she loved it.
Boy, you'll stand up for any redhead, won't you, Dave?
That's right.
Here is John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, Fez, Dave, what's up?
Good.
Not much.
What do we do
Hey,
for you?
I got a brand idea for Eastside Dave. I think you should get Tito's branded on his ass because he loves it so much.
All right, Eastside Dave about to get branded in a little bit. Ichiban branded on his ass, all because he thought the Triple Crown was coming through. Here's the opportunity to talk to the horse that lost. It's Big Brown. Hi, Big Brown.
Oh.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Bennington?
It's good to talk to you. What can we do for you today?
Well, I just wanted to say, while that redheaded douchebag is making fun of me, which one is the real horse's ass? Me sitting here drinking beer, laughing, watching Pal Talk, or the douchebag getting the brand on his ass?
I really tried to make this bit work with you, but it's just so fucking unfunny. I'm going to be honest with you. But this is what I get for reaching out.
I'd like to thank Mr. Bill for calling in.
Maybe if you would have kept it short, who knows? It could have happened. Here is Tony. Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. This is for Dave. Dave, I'm a paramedic that used to do a ton of burn patients. Do you know the pain that you're about to go through?
Obviously, no.
Yeah. You remember when you
Think
had
about it.
That's good.
And we are back. And Dave's getting branded. And
I'm getting branded. Well, didn't they have a song? Branded. That was like an old-fashioned fucking song there. Or like that was a show. Anyway, go ahead.
I couldn't tell you. It's much older than me. I do like that I fed the source material into an AI just to be like, find the key points to make sure I don't miss anything. And it goes, the branding iron is applied to Dave's skin, marking the peak of our event.
AI makes everything sound and look creepy. Just no matter 100%. What the fuck you put in there, it's making it a high event.
The room fills with the sounds of the branding processes and Dave's immediate reaction, which involves shouting and expressions of pain.
Here's what the AI says. Please put your pants back on, Dave. Dave, please put your pants back on. Dave, my circuitry cannot take your very pale ass. Dave. Close the pod bay doors, Dave. Your ass is quite bright. Dave, your ass is paler than an envelope. And it's just as sealed, Dave. All right. That was Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
That makes sense. Daisy, right? That's how.
Oh, yep.
So when we first hear the iron touch your skin, Dave, the only way I can describe the sound that comes out of your mouth is animalistic in nature.
Oh, yeah.
And it continues for a while.
Pain.
I've worked with you for a while, and one of the things you're best at is taking a feeling and amplifying it into a way that like everybody can relate to. Is that what's going on here, or was that literally just guttural?
No, that's all real. But what you do is when you have a tattoo as a man, right?
Yeah, you try not to make noise.
You just do the thing of I'm going to clench and be tough. So this is what every tattoo or branding of a man essentially would sound like if they were allowed to. Come on. I mean, listen, again, unless it's just the Irish pale skin, like tats hurt and fucking shits hurt. But this fucking hurt like shit. I can't tell you. It was the intense kind of pain where somehow, even though the guy's branding my ass, it's affecting my vision because of how much pain I was in. Like I couldn't see clearly because it was just like, ah! And it's just like, you can't even see. It's just your brain is only thinking pain. And so everything was hazy. It was real pain. On the radio, I just let it out.
At one point,
I do the same in my house. You would have no idea. If I bang my shin on this, you've been at my place.
That's my point. Like, I know you're very good at that.
Coffee table is as sturdy as a goddamn, 100-year-old redwood. All right. If I bang my fucking shin or my knee or something on this goddamn table, I always feel the worst pain in the world. I scream.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay? That's why she hates me upstairs. But did you see, by the way, the camera shake 7 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. She came into the fucking, Barbara upstairs. She comes into the I told you, she a fucking 65-year-old woman. She's never closed the door respectfully in her entire fucking life, man. And she comes in, she slams the door every fucking time she comes home. And she slammed it so hard, the fucking rattled my goddamn computer.
I just thought she needed to go on a diet.
No. Fucking she causing an earthquake over here on the tail. Davey Max Tales from the satellite. People think it's going to be fucking earthquake 1989.
Earthquake? A motherfucking earthquake?
But none of that was fake. It was just simply, I'm going to let it out, as opposed to being a man. Actually, people should look at that and go, this is how most men would sound if they were if they were allowed to express their pain. But because men have to fucking stifle it down, you never hear. But that is what most men are feeling.
Unless if you're joining like a corps of killers, like the military, a gang, or you're in prison, I imagine most males getting a tattoo involve a woman being there of some sort that you're trying to be tough in front of. You know what I mean? Like that's part of it for sure.
You want to be tough in front of the tattoo artist. What are you fucking like? You're a fucking nerd. Like I go to this guy, George, right? And he's like a 6'5", 295-pound Puerto Rican man who's a fantastic genius artist, right? I don't want to be screaming in front of George.
That's fair. I didn't think about that either.
Yeah,
but
like a fucking douchebag.
I had to ask because I don't have any tattoos. I'm glad to hear they hurt. Someone else was trying to convince me they don't.
Pussy. Hold on. Pussy. He eat the pussy and he fucked the pussy. He a little pussy boy.
Well, I was considering getting a tattoo of like my whole career down my leg, and I'm glad I bit that.
What? What would you do? How would that work?
It'd be like the EDR. That's the comedian who worked with me before you. Then I'd have the Irish Cobra. Then I'd have the 3 yellow stripes.
Terrible idea.
Look at timeline of my life.
Let me come up with some concepts for you because I got some good design things. How about this? Like you with something and we're just gonna put it on your back, like you.
Just me
putting a gun in your mouth, kind of like that would be with the manila envelope in one hand and the gun.
Recreating our Bud Wire. Yeah. I get it.
With you.
Our Bud Bobby.
Yeah, with you at the podium. Yeah.
No, if I do that though, it's gonna be live on this show. That'll get us views. But the reason, and then I did have one almost branding experience. So when I joined a fraternity in college, they had like their Hell Night, the ritual they called it, where they put you through. And
that's when all the fraternities do gay shit.
Not ours, because it was engineers, architects, and scientists. So like by definition, I was the coolest person there.
Right.
But at one point they go, lower your pants so we can brand you with the logo. And my big whispered in my ear is like, it's just icy hot. You don't have to fight your way out of here. Because minutes before he heard me upstairs, like, they try to hurt me, I'm swinging.
Yeah, I mean,
I ruined the element of surprise by my threats of violence.
I never understood that about fraternities. It's always like, to initiate you, we're going to take this Roman candle and stick it in your ass 8 inches. And that will let everyone know that you're a man of good upstanding. Like, what?
That was our one pledge group's claim to fame. Like, everybody in our class was cool, so we just went, nah.
And they all do it, too.
No, we just went no. And they were like, what do you mean no?
Oh, man.
Like, we know you need our money to stay alive, like, as an organization, so you're not going to haze us, or we're all going to quit.
I got one time, because I was arguing with some chick about, I think it was Star Wars.
Ooh.
She called me a frat boy. I go, dude, I've never been in a fraternity in my entire fucking life, nor would I ever even contemplate being in a frat, because I don't want a Roman candle stuck up my ass. What the fuck? Frat boy? Me?
No. There are some good they do. Like, my buddy Buckley was autistic till they hazed it out of him. Now he just is like a PTSD victim all the time.
And that's the most truthful thing you ever. I can't look into the future. I don't future pace at all. That's how come I wasn't even married a year ago and now I have a baby.
Temporary.
Temporary what?
The baby?
That's all I see things.
Oh, temporary. All right, Brian, let's get him started, I guess. It's time to bring on the pain. And I'm nervous about it, Fez. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. He's so soft to begin with. The brand may go right through.
I just want to absolutely make sure that there's nothing going to be in my asshole. Right?
Way to draw the line there, Dave.
Yeah, it's a little late. You're a little late and a little vulnerable even to bring that one up.
God.
You can go to Pal Talk and check this out. It's the room is branding time with Eastside Dave right there on Pal Talk. Hey, Mark, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Dave, why don't you get Grower not a shower on your stomach so you don't have to say it anymore?
I couldn't hear him.
Oh, he just said you had a small dick.
I am a grower, not a shower.
That's exactly He said have that branded since you bring it up all the time.
Oh. Oh, this is horrible. This is so bad.
So we got Brian Decker here from Pure Body Arts and PureBodyArts.com. He is going to handle the branding.
So right now, he's just. I guess you trace that on his ass, the Ichiban symbol.
Thermofax paper, so I basically just drew it on there, and now I'm just going to transfer it to his skin.
All right, so first we transfer it to his skin. We got a little bit of time ahead of here. Let Brian do his art. In the meantime, water, sure.
Not to drink, but so I don't burn my hand.
Oh, sure. We don't want you to get burned. It's Dave.
Get him some oven mitts if he needs them.
Dave couldn't be in a more vulnerable position.
I really couldn't. My penis is itchy right now from this paper. This, I don't know what kind of paper this
Well,
is.
you also have herpes, right?
Mr. B, it's eczema. I cannot stress
How
that
did you
enough.
catch the eczema?
You don't catch it. It's non-contagious. You simply, if you're under a lot of stress, some people break out into hives.
What stress are you under?
Well, there's a child in my life, you know, and I love her tremendously, but, you know, I've
And that's hard to ignore, isn't it?
That's very hard to ignore.
As much as you try.
No, I don't try to ignore.
Okay. I'm just saying, I want to see you do better.
Financial things are...
Don't worry, Fez is working on those.
And lots of other little fucking things, problems. I got a lot of problems.
Center, man.
Boy, branding hasn't come up yet.
No, this was a good talk to distract me from the branding.
All right, what is that that you're spraying on his ass?
That's a Technicare solution. It's a surface disinfectant, and it also helped me transfer the image on there.
Oh, nice. So this is just like getting some spunk on your ass.
Okay.
Just think of it as a guy. That's not too bad.
No.
Just think of it as somebody
like
dumping.
that
All right, there you go. Stop thrusting.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but that kind of feels pretty good. I did have some shitties before the show.
Don't be, is that it? Is that the code word?
No. I have nervous oddity, so it's not the cleanest thing
it's ever been. It's not as clean as you would have liked it.
No.
This is on Pal Talk Live right now in the Ron and Fez showroom. Check out the camera. I'm the Pits.
Is this the brand here? Or?
Yeah, that's the brand. Is that so bad?
This
All
is
done.
This is a lot easier than I thought it would be then.
Now, do you need to make out with Earl why this is happening? Just let us know.
Anything to distract you.
I might. Well, the cameras. I don't want to block the cameras.
What's that?
So maybe I could Pepper hold his hand or something.
Sure. That's nice.
Well, we'll do it when the brand starts.
Yeah.
And
No.
my God, does he have sweaty hands? This is horrible.
It's like grabbing onto a ham. Hey, if it feels better, Franklin's right up your ass with a camera.
Now, I question the half of the O&A staff who's just sitting around.
Let them all come in. Let them help
Sure.
themselves.
Let 'em enjoy.
I definitely would want to see this myself.
Okay.
I'm always surprised by who's not here. This is not a show I would miss.
So more ointment going on from Brian Decker, the brander. Eastside Dave, the brandee.
Mafia Life Chris is on right now. Hey, Chris, how are you?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Hey Dave, want to make a couple $100?
Yeah.
How about Mafia Life on each cheek?
Oh, fuck you, Chris.
You got a big pair of balls, bro. We love you.
No, he doesn't. We just had the opportunity to see.
I can see it.
All right, Chris. Thanks, buddy.
See you guys later.
Here is Dave. Dave, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Dave, have you ever seen a Jackass?
No.
Well, Bam Margera gets a cock branded on his ass. And when he flinches, his ass cheeks must have moved away and come back on. So he had multiple cocks tattooed on his ass. So just some advice, stay still.
Yeah, you definitely want to stay still for this. Don't tighten up. Don't flinch. But while you're doing this, I'm going to have Pepper tickle you. Just give him a little tickle, see how he handles it. All right.
Stop it, please.
I don't want to excite him too much.
Alrighty.
God, this looks like CSI. It just looks like a crime scene.
Oh no!
I don't know if you want to stand up and look at it or anything.
No, I'm sure it's fine. All right.
All right, so Brian Decker now has the sketch on his ass. He's got the transfers on there, so he knows exactly where he'll be branding.
No.
I'm looking at Pal Talk, and you can't see anything. It's so white. It's like looking into the sun.
Maybe if someone could turn down one of these lights up here.
You're still glowing, even with the lights on.
Yeah, if you're watching on Pal Talk, get one of those shoe boxes with a hole in the side.
Oh,
that looks nice because there's just a glow on his ass.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it looks perfect.
Like a spotlight.
Yeah.
These horses cannot be trusted.
You a little nervous about it, Dave?
I'm dying here.
Just think about it as a hot bar into your ass.
That didn't help.
It doesn't?
No. Ichiban.
Ichiban.
Be the number one branding on the number one ass.
Oh my God. Look at that propane canister.
Yeah, that's going to get hot.
Alright, so unfortunately I don't have masks. That's the one thing I forgot to bring, so nobody's going to really be that happy about it.
Now, why would we need masks?
Because it's going to stink.
It's going to stink or it's going to smell like fresh pork chops? I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I don't see the fucking guys from Frank Place running over here looking for a free lunch. You guys have a cheese? All right, there is...
Oh, no!
We're cooking. Now we are cooking.
That is the blowtorch you hear. That's Brian Decker's blowtorch.
Brian, I'll throw you a C note if you just knock that over on his leg.
No. I can't look now.
The blowtorch is going, and we're going to be heating up the brand.
Oh, this is not good.
As we brand Ichiban into the ass of Eastside Dave, as he requested.
Fucking Kent DeSormo.
So what Brian Decker's doing now, he's getting the blowtorch as close to Dave as he can, so that the branding iron stays hot when it hits the skin.
Oh, are we going in now?
Stays hot as possible.
Yeah, we're going in.
All right. Oh, God, help me. Oh, wait, hold it.
What are you doing?
Hold it. I can't brace myself. Hold it.
You can't be flinching, dude.
I know.
Go to a Zen place.
All right.
Go to a sweet place.
All right, I'm ready.
Imagine yourself drunk. Don't do that, dude.
I'm trying. Oh.
Brian, there's no pressure on you. It doesn't matter what it looks like.
Yeah, don't go for penmanship here.
Yeah. Oh, he's heating it up now.
Oh, no.
Then it gets to you a little bit?
No.
Just seeing it go into the flame like that.
Yeah. I think it's... I honestly don't even think it's gay if any one of us are turned on right now.
Oh, God.
Here he goes.
Here goes the first one.
Dave, keep it together, dude. Dave, don't do that to yourself.
I can't help it, Ronnie B!
Give him something to bite on.
I need something to bite on.
On the bright side, you're 1% done.
Earl just put a thing of whoppings in his mouth.
Alright, so that's what it's going to feel like.
That's what it's going to feel like.
For the next
It
hour.
didn't feel good.
Now that branding iron that Brian Decker uses, it turns just bright hot. Bright orange hot when it gets ready to hit the skin.
Ready? No. Oh!
Brian, is he more or less sensitive than most people?
Oh my fucking cock!
If he's serious, is more for sure.
Okay.
I'm serious as a fucking heart.
Don't say that around. The sound of the skin just crackling.
Yeah. You hear hair and skin and everything just being scorched.
Bad idea. It's basically like Bobby Flay in the Food Network. Does that feel better now, Dave? You're getting used to it?
You like it?
No. Is it something that you're starting to enjoy?
No, I'm not.
Oh, God, look at the smoke coming off his ass.
Oh, that was the worst. That was fucking...
There is literally a barbecue smell in the room.
Oh, I'd rather have the janitorchers put that spike thing in my ass again.
Well, remember, your wife got jealous about that.
Oh, my God.
Now, by drinking the water, is it cooling off your ass? Is it making its way?
Funny.
Yes, I know. I get mad at him for doing that too, Dave.
Oh, that fucking horse. And Kent Sormo, I will hunt you down, you fucking midget.
This really has me scared about hell, because up until now, I didn't think it was going to be that bad, but it seems like it's going to be awful.
It's hot, Mr. B.
Is it hot or just warm?
It's hot.
Like a lukewarm?
Oh, Jesus. No, hot. Oh, I can't go to hell either.
You can't, Dave. You got to start being better.
Not with that embarrassing brand on your ass. Everyone will laugh.
Earl, do you want to get some black fraternity tattooed on your arm?
Hell no. Oh, God, no. It needs a buckle just looking at
Henry Rollins over here.
Henry Rollins, yes, is in The Sopranos.
Unfortunately, that's AJ Soprano. Who was 12 in that fucking photo.
Does it help to have the guy who's branding you mock your other body adornments?
It hurts a little bit, man. It hurts. All right, I'm ready to go. The weight is so unbearable too.
Alrighty.
Well, like Tom Petty says, the waiting's the easiest part.
No, he says the hardest.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh.
I never listened. By the way, your ass looks like an arrow right now, if that helps.
It's a road sign.
This is so bad.
All right, continuing the branding here. You can check it out live on Pal Talk on the Ron and Fez showroom. Go to the camera. I'm the Pits.
Oh, this is going to be the bad one.
Hey, Arch, you're on Ron and Fez, buddy.
Hey, buddies. Is it too late to amend the letters and put unmasked across his ass?
His ass, I want a mask.
And I don't know if Dave got the memo, but the show's not using Ichiban anymore.
I'm just about tired of the bit anyway. It's going to go the way of the Fezzatorials and Iris. It's one of those things that just slips off into the past. What's wrong, Dave?
I'm getting burned!
Where?
On my hair!
Oh, that's right. You mean from the branding?
Yes!
So the branding burns.
Oh, Mr. B.
Now, if you're watching on Paul Talk, Brian Decker, he's doing the branding for us from Pure Body Arts. He's got his thumb over where he's already branded, so I don't know if that hurts anymore, having a thumb stuck in it.
If you could do that for the rest of it, then that would be great.
That'd be great, Dave.
I'm crying.
Just stay at that level.
You're starting to annoy Brian.
And me, and the listeners.
It hurts. You can't...
Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I think that Earl and Fez should be ashamed of themselves that they wouldn't man up and do their thing, and Dave has never let the show down.
You got to give Dave credit for that. He doesn't come back with a lame payoff.
No, those two couldn't even put it together for one little bit.
True. All they had to do was have sex with each other on Pal Talk, and they refused and did shadow puppets. Here's Steve. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I just want to say hang in there, Dave, plus Fez, just in case you don't understand what you're seeing here. What you're seeing is a man paying off a bet.
Wow, it's getting a little tense for you, Fez.
It really is, and I don't understand where this is coming from.
Well, people like, if there's going to be a bet, they like there to be a payoff. And look how proud Dave is laying there, paying off his bet.
Oh!
How's that feel, Dave? Better?
Not good, Ron.
Dave, I don't think you're halfway through yet.
Oh, no. Please don't tell me that.
Yeah, that's not true.
Brian?
Now you're almost there. Probably one or two more things. You seem like you're gonna get sick, Dave.
I'm not going to get sick.
You want to throw up in a bucket?
Is there one here?
Yeah.
Why is there a dildo on the couch?
For later.
This is the only thing I'm doing with my ass today.
Doug, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, Fezzy, I know you've taken the last 3.5 years off, and Ronnie, you've been running the show by yourself, but that line about them electing a new pope was just brilliant.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
I missed the new Pope line. What was it?
Oh, when we saw the white smoke coming up off of Dave's ass.
I didn't hear that.
Let's go.
That's nice.
I know, but someone's got to be screaming in here.
All I heard was screaming. That's a good line.
I know, someone's selfish and is just doing a bunch of screaming in here.
I'm being burned alive!
All
Did I
right.
mention you?
Would you rather be burned dead?
No,
What do
I
you
say
want from
no.
us? What's wrong, Dave?
Oh!
At a certain point, does it get so hot that it's just cold?
Have you ever had that?
No.
Someone's calling my phone.
I'll get it.
Hi,
It's your mom. She wants to know if you want ribs tonight. Josh, you're on Ron and Fez.
Sorry.
You know where you are, Dave? You're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die. You're gonna get to eat, motherfucker. Who the fuck are you?
Eastside Dave getting branded today on the Ron and Fez show.
Here is Craig. Craig, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, how's it going, boys?
Yeah.
I was wondering if now would be a good time to tell Dave you're branding I love Louis C.K. in his ass.
Aw. I think those two are going to be friends again. I heard Louis was a little upset about Dave's song.
If you want
Any better, Dave?
No. Starting to get a little numb, though. Like, starting to get a little...
Good?
No, not good.
Is it pissy?
No. Starting to get in that woozy zone.
Sure.
Hey, Dave, repeat after me. You're gonna be okay.
You're gonna
Say
be
the fucking
okay.
word. You're gonna be okay.
You're going to be okay. Are you a doctor, Dave?
No.
Are you a doctor?
No, I'm not a doctor.
Oh!
There's an extra sensitive spot on the ass, I guess.
Here's Wayne. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. $1 million once again, my friend. Hey,
Thank
I just
you.
wanted to tell Dave, you know, back in school, we used to call kids that have Ichiban in their ass different.
Different. You're so different, you red-headed ass burner. Hey, let's not let red-headed ass burner play in our games. He's too different. Hey, after school, let's all kick the different kid.
I love it.
Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie, I tell you what, I'm normally a Dave hater, but the rest of you fucking chicken shits in that room, besides Ronnie B, shouldn't even be able to look Dave in the eye. Dave is
That's
a
true.
fucking man.
That
and
is
the rest
true.
of you guys are...
Right now, we're looking him in the ass.
And you know what?
Lay down, Dave. That's the bird talking. Lay down.
They're going to have a porno queen in.
All right. Lay down, Dave. Lay down and take your ass burn. Earl, there is some truth to this, and Fez, there is some truth to this. This is a man, naked, ass up in the air, taking a brand. Look at him with respect. Oh, look at his face. He's starting to froth at the mouth a little bit.
It's hard to look at him with or without respect.
There's so much weight in his... Dean, did you come in his face? Tell me if you did. Because that's got to stop.
It's okay. Just admit it.
Here is Ron. Ron, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, how you doing today?
Good, man.
I'd like the last caller. I was a Dave hater, but man, that boy's got some balls to be doing what he's doing.
All the respect for Dave today. You're the big winner, Davey Mac. You know what hurts, Dave? The branding.
Yeah, the burning. I know. Familiar.
Do you have a burning sensation on your ass? That could be from the branding iron.
I think that's where it's from.
Earl and Fez, how you guys going to make this up to Dave?
Well, I'm getting him lunch today.
Yeah, but with sides and a dessert? Not
Yeah.
like yesterday.
With sides and dessert today.
Fez is going to get us lunch for a month and a half now.
Not a month and a half.
How long?
Rest of this week.
What's wrong, Dave? Dave, try to go to sleep. And then when you wake up, we'll stop branding.
Can't do it. The pain keeps me awake.
You know what the pain is? Probably from the hot iron into your ass. Dan, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, how you doing today, Ronnie?
Good, buddy.
Listen, driving into work now. I'm a police officer. Just got
All right,
back
well, I
from
gotta
an
do a
autopsy
fucking radio
we had
show, so-
yesterday. And the medical examiner is Japanese, and I can't help thinking that someday down the line, somebody's going to prepare Dave for burial, turn him over, and see this on his ass, and just start laughing with nobody around. Thank you, Dave.
Well, they'll find that when they're fucking his corpse.
Let me tell you something. I mean, as far as, I think we're all going to start being able to read this because I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. At least I think so.
Check it out on Pal Talk, the Ron and Fez showroom right now. The camera is I'm the Pits, and you can get a close-up view of Eastside Dave's branding.
Hey, Ryan, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? How you doing today, Ronnie?
Thanks for asking. I'm just fine.
That's good. Hey, we may have a Beanie Cup award winner today.
We will see. There
Could it
will be a
be?
beanie cup going out today.
That'll be awarded later in the show.
I want Dave to know he is a finalist today.
Oh, you gotta give it to me today. You gotta.
Hi, Dave. You see me?
It's starting to get a little funny in the head.
Yeah.
From being set on fire.
Dave's using a roll of paper towels as a telescope.
Don't even tell people. There's no sense in telling people that. Let's go over here to Jay. Jay, you're on Run of Fez.
Ronnie, Fez, what's up, man?
Hey, buddy.
Listen, what I want to know, Dave, how much more does this hurt than a regular tattoo?
Does it hurt more than a tattoo, Dave?
Infinitely.
So a little more. A little more than a tattoo.
Much more.
Which one hurts more, though?
Oh, Jesus. The branding.
All right, so
No.
let's say a tattoo was a 4.
Oh.
A tattoo would be a 3.
Branding would be a 30.
That's not even, that's off the charts. That's literally off the charts now.
Oh, we almost done. I gotta pass out. Close, brother.
Pass out now, and when you wake up, your whole body will be branded.
Santa will have brought you a branding.
Albo, you're on Run of Fez.
Hi, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Dave has gone from having a dildo stuck up his ass. I know he's complained about his $80 a month raise he received, and now he's having his ass branded. The next natural step is probably amputation of some kind. And I'm thinking maybe he should reconsider his career path at this point.
We all are. We're all looking jealously at Than right now, as if somebody who got out. Joe, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, I just want to say Earl and Fez should each get one brand on their arm.
Boys, what do you think?
No, I couldn't do the brand.
I will take one shot of the brand. One!
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because for what Dave went through. And now I'm morbidly curious.
Oh, God, I thought for sure you were going to say obese.
No!
Here's Jimmy. Jimmy, you're on Run of Fez.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron. I just think that Dave is the man.
should be the freaking Ron and Dave show.
Ouch.
And it's just want to say, can we just get a shot of Dave hovering above the toilet? Because he's not going to be able to sit on it for a long
Go
time.
online to One Drunk, Two Cups. They should give you the pictures you're looking for. I'm being rough on you today, Fezzy.
I know. It's just the boots are being put to me.
Why is that?
I don't know what made this Wednesday so much different. Why it became Target Day.
I guess they finally just saying what they think. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with these people. What's wrong, Dave? Oh, Dave's got a little boat going. He's in a boat.
It's the branding boat.
You know what? He's on an endorphin high. You just got an endorphin high, Dave.
I'm just wild about Mary.
Oh, jeez. Did he say Lily?
Yeah.
Why are you wild about Lily? You're married to Casey.
Just wild about Mary.
Oh, jeez. Here's John. John, you're on Run Fest.
Hey, Ronnie, I think today Dave has proved himself a man, and I believe that you ought to let him go see his Indiana Jones movie and let Fez's non-paying ass still sit through all the summer movies, not get to see any of them.
Is that what my non-paying ass should
I will say this. I will give out the Beanie Cup Award winner today. Will get to go see one movie.
Wow!
And if that person chooses Raiders, he should get. All right, take the trash can off your head, Dave. Take the trash can off your head. You're almost done.
But so it does sound like it was very painful. Ron and Fez do a good job at this point of working you in, working the callers in, keeping it going, but also not focusing 100% on the branding because it is a painful process. So at one point you're screaming and they get you to sing like your little Davey, Welcome to the Jungle. I don't think they asked for that. I think that's how you decided to channel the pain.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
But then the callers turned it into a caller pyramid where they called in and kept suggesting their ideas of songs you should sing, like, ooh, ooh, that smell, because it starts to smell like barbecue in the place. And like, it's very well, everybody's kind of coming together and making the show better. It's about the branding, but it's not.
That smell! Won't you smell that smell? All right. Lil Skinner for you?
Yeah, but it was more about because Ron kept being like, "Oh, you want to go to a nice steakhouse, Dave? Because it's burning flesh. It smells like steak."
I know. It was it was rough. That was a rough one.
It was, but what's beautiful here is it was a situation where everybody went in not wanting to see you go here. You successfully worked the audience, including your own producer, into thinking that you were a bad guy and kind of wanting to see you get branded. And then as you go through the branding and take it like a man, the immediate after
Take it like a man. I'm not sure like a man is accurate, but I took it.
That's literally one of the caller's first descriptions and he goes, Ron, I normally don't like Dave, but I got to give it to him. He took this like a man. I hope Fezzy and Earl are paying attention.
My point was I took it. I didn't take it like a man. I was screaming like a little fucking,
fair enough.
Child.
He tries to get Fez and Earl to get a brand as well. Earl shuts it down right away. I kind of get that. Fez is game to get like one stripe across the arm, and Ronnie goes, "For what fucking point, Fez?"
One stripe across the arm. Well, he could have got an F. That would have been three. Three stripes.
That would have been 3. I think Ron just was worried about his heart. Like, you're not supposed to be in severe pain.
No other reason.
Yeah.
No other reason to do it. And wait, what did Earl say?
He shot it down right away, which I kind of get.
What do you mean you kind of get?
There's a long ancestral thing with African Americans and brands.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's a good point.
I'm not trying to. Yeah. That one, I kind of get him shutting down right away.
I hadn't thought of that, and I was ready to fucking go off. Like, here's another time this motherfucker didn't step up to the plate. But this one time, I am going to allow him to get away with it because of what happened, culminating in the 1860s. Okay.
Interesting story. So Michael Jordan's actually in a black fraternity,
He was?
They branded, but because he was such a big athlete, they made an exception for him that he didn't have to get the brand like everybody else, so it didn't affect any potential brand deals in the future. How cool is that?
Good.
Yeah, it's smart.
I mean, he hit the game-winning shot as a freshman. So for North Carolina, for the championship, I'm saying. Game-winning shot
as a
to win
freshman.
the fucking national championship for North Carolina. Any stupid-ass frat guys try to touch Michael, I'll go back in time and shoot you in the head because that shit ain't cool with me.
No, I'm cool with that. So the caller does that. Then the callers rally around Dave, something we've seen time and time again. Even when
Who's the king of entering as the heel and leaving as a baby face? It's Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 1997, folks. I do it time and time again. Put that goddamn fucking thing on, and you'll see Bret Hart is like Earl Douglas. Stone Cold is like the Dave man. Bret Hart enters the good guy. Stone Cold enters the bad guy. But when the match is over, Bret has become the bad. Stone Cold's been the good. And that happens time and time again, don't it, Bobby?
1,000,000%. I was going to even take it a step further and say, because I'm younger, John Cena. Like where they tried to make him the rapping guy and it just didn't work because people wanted to love this guy. And that's you.
No, that's the
You nailed the healing. Yours is much better. Example.
Yeah, mine's much better because I know wrestling. You have no idea what you're talking about because the rap thing is what got him over in the first place.
Anyway, more importantly, one caller suggests that Dave should get the Beanie Cup award for the day.
That would be nice.
Ron goes, "Oh, I think he's definitely in the running." Another calls in and goes, "Dave took this like such a man. He should get to see Indiana Jones." Because I guess this was in the middle of your movie bet with Fez where you weren't going to see any movies that summer.
Oh, man. So Crystal Skull must have just popped out. Shit. And by the way, I kept to that. I never saw Crystal Skull in the theater.
I was going to say, I bet you regret wanting to see it now.
I'm not as anti. You know what? I like all the Indiana Joneses. I'm not as anti the fourth and fifth one as some other folks are. In fact, I actually really like the fifth one a lot.
I also like the fifth one. The fourth one I enjoyed up until the big reveal that it was just aliens. It felt like in God Rex or whatever, where the God in Deus Machina or whatever, where you just write a God ending because you didn't have an ending.
I don't know. I see. I thought the episode 4 was actually kind of fun, but regardless, I held up to that bet. I did not see that movie, and I'm a massive Indiana Jones fan in the movie theater. I did not.
Well, Ron responds to that caller by saying the winner of the Beanie Cup will get to see one movie this summer, and I guess that means we find out you also did not win the Beanie Cup for the day.
Oh,
have you ever won it?
No.
Even in your last day, I think they gave it to somebody else.
No, I've never won the Beanie Cup on the radio or in real life. They forgot to put my name on it. Well, I think one year where they were thinking of giving it to me, or maybe even made the announcement that I had won it. And this was, I don't know, 2006 or 7. And they never put it on there. So like literally this thing is like fucking designed after the Stanley Cup. Okay. It is a cup, and then it's on the wood platform, and you can get, a little, kind of 1 inch by 2 inches little placard that then gets drilled onto the cup when you win, so that everyone's accomplishments always stay there. And I believe they were going to make an announcement that I had gotten it in 2007. Name's never been added to the cup. So I've never won it officially.
Did you make the mistake of touching the Beanie Cup before you won it?
Yes.
There you go.
I raised it over my head.
That's where the curse came into play. It's just like Lord Stanley's Cup. If you touch it before you won it, even, I don't know if you've seen the clip, PK Subban being chased around the studio with the cup because he refuses to touch. He's like, what if I become a strength and conditioning coach somewhere?
This fucking cup is 33 years old. Okay. Can I at least be like the Patrick Roy of fucking, the McDonald family and get one cup late in my career, please?
And doing it while you're the only person still allowed to not wear a helmet.
Jesus, I know.
Now, we learned you didn't want a Beanie Cup. Do you still at least have the brand? Is it still there?
I'm not going to be showing it to you.
Well, come on. That's what the people want. You said it's why do you think that guy commented, I want the branding episode? He just wanted to see your ass.
The brand, I don't really check it. It's hard to look at one's own ass. But I believe someone had seen it, the ass, a few years ago. And said, there's no brand there. And I said, what? What do you mean? I think if you look real hard, you see kind of the fading, it's there. But it's like one of those you really do have to look at it. Because I think if you don't maintain and keep up your brand or get rebranded, it's going to heal like any other wound. And so this was 17 years ago, something like that. So yeah, that's why it's healed like a wound, essentially.
That's why you always look after this brand so well, which is why you tell the people to like and subscribe this video. Head over to the Eastside Dave Patreon. Make sure you're a subscriber there. You'll get the episode at least a month, if not more.
You get this episode, exclusive Patreon comment. It's content. It's well worth your while, and it's very cheap. It's like $2.50 a month.
That's amazing, and that's our episode, Dave. Man,
that's it, baby. Well, Robert,
thank you so much.
I want to thank you so much. It's very hot here. I'm going to take me and my brand into the swimming pool. Okay.
And I am going to work on our brand by trying to edit this episode. So hopefully some people come to Wilmington Friday. Love you, Dave, man. Thank you so much. And radio audience, thank you and good night.